Yo, 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 welcome. It's me, quite late as always. Yeah. I have like a plugin, to multi-stream, and that decided to just go up in flames and delete all my sources, so I had to kind of like set that one back up. Because I switched profiles, which, feature that you expect to work, didn't work, so it took a while, but in general I was also busy with some stuff. Some cool stuff. I decided how I want to proceed with Dark Souls all the weapons as, as a separate thing, so to speak. Why the fuck is this not captured again? Am I dumb? I guess I am. There we go. Today we're gonna continue with top 25 anime. I'm trying to do like a speed round because I do want to get this like finished before the end of the year, So anyways, let me put on some music. Right, some good music. This one, I think is fitting. Maybe not at twice speed. There we go. It's Kingsville OST. Which is pretty baller, if you ask me. So anyways, you can see it. We got the first 400 done, so 50% all through. Only in 3 streams, yeah. I think what was that, like, easily 10 or so hours already. So that's why I want to at least try to speed up a little. So maybe I can actually show this first, the state of last time. I'm gonna go through all the names really quick, I'm gonna do that later. But roughly this is how it looks right now, and I think there will be a lot of movements, going forwards. So let's dive right into it. The next 100. Oh, there's actually one thing I want to check. Yeah, it's gonna be very bright and very annoying. Give me 1 second. I don't get why they have like a dog mode, but only when you're locked in. I don't understand this behavior, I mean, I could also not have been as lazy and just, downloaded all the pictures beforehand and descriptions, but that's not how we do things here on Yakuvrael Runeborne's channel, right? First one, before I get into it, is, before I can show it, is Long Riders, and I do remember Long Riders to some degree. It was one of these anime. There we go. Now I can show it again. So 100 anime loading right up. Oh, perfect. Finally. So, Long Riders. I remember watching this and thinking, it's kinda good. And, man, does it get boring, right? It never goes anywhere. Because it's basically about this girl, and she first like sees somebody with like a folding bike, and I was like, yeah, that's cool. Folding bikes are a neat idea. And I thought, that was gonna be the thing, right? She has like her folding bike. I think you can see it here on the cover. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, she's gonna have her folding bike, and that's gonna be like the thing. It goes around, collapsible bike. And after like a couple of episodes, she goes, oh yeah, now I want to join the club, and she buys like a real bike for like road trips or racing or whatever. I think it just kind of bogs it down in my opinion. I don't know why. I was more fascinated with the idea of, long riding on folding bikes rather than actual bike, like normal bikes, I should say. Let me open my drink first. Oh, but yeah, it's cute, You have your basic characters You have the normal character, you have the titty characters, you have like the tsundere blonde characters and whatsoever. It was decent for what it was. It also ran forever. I think they like delayed it after a couple of episodes. I don't fully remember though. The manga still publishing since 2012. Holy shit! How is this an audience for such a long time? I don't get it. I mean, maybe it's like publishing as in... Yeah, I mean, there's like nothing here on the board itself. Maybe it's publishing as in one chapter every 5 years or so. Who knows? Anyways, Long Rider's not going to be on my list. This one I watched a while ago. After contracting hepatitis A. Yeah, fuck. I do remember this one. Yeah, I remember this one. This one's kind of cute. I remember them doing some really weird shit in the anime. Like, basically, you have, like, this girl here. If I remember correctly, you have, like, this girl, she's, like, dead sick. You have, like, the guy who is... You know, he has hepatitis, but they can, like, heal it or whatever. And that's all there is to it. And he wants, like, to see her and everything. And then you have, like, the... I think it was this guy. Like, the doctor guy, and he's, like, against it or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, he tries to sabotage the other dude. Yeah, their relationship. It's cute. It's actually really cute, and I can recommend it. It's 6 episodes of 24 minutes, so it's not even a long one. It's basically like the length of a movie. But by the end of it, you're like, yeah, I like all of these characters. This is a good one. It's not top 25 worthy, but if you want to watch just a cute anime from like the 2000s, Looking Up at the Half Moon, pretty good. Moving on. Lord Marksman of Vandis, or Mada no Oto Vandis. Was this an isekai? I don't think it was. Yeah, it was like a weird harem show, that I remember. And I remember it never got continued. Yeah, I don't remember jack shit about that. I kind of remember her. Yeah, I remember her to some degree. Because she was very prominent in the anime. I don't remember jack shit about this one though. It's your typical harem anime that, you know, around these times was still kind of easily to produce and get popular, I think. It has waned in recent times. Of course, the standard for what's popular these days is also completely skewed, so yeah. But nothing to really talk about. Ooh, I'm gonna keep this one for a little bit. Oh, this one as well. Oh, so many good ones in L. Let's skip through them a little bit. Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions. I think it's pretty good. For what it is pretty good. You know, it's about this girl. She has Chunibyo syndrome, and there's like this dude. He had Chunibyo syndrome, which is like the... I think I'm 14 and I'm edgy and I think I'm an anime character. That's why she wears like an eye patch, right? They like all behave this way. Of course, the older sister, best character. Let's be honest here. It's cute. It's cute. That being said, I didn't watch the second season, and I thought it was getting kind of downhill from there. And there was also like a movie, which was the sequel. Did I watch this one? I didn't. I remember I watched something. Was it this? No. I don't remember. But all in all, it is quite cute, and I can recommend it. Of course, it's not really finished, as far as I know. Let me check. It's a light novel. Ah, it is finished. Okay. That's interesting. When was this adapted? 14. So it didn't fully finish it. But if you want to watch like a cute comedy or whatsoever, I think this is a good one. Oh, don't tell me YouTube is doing the thing where it goes... That was the entire playlist? Why the fuck did it just... Yeah, let's just start here then again. I don't know why, it started at the second to last song for some reason. Don't ask me why. But yeah, Chunibyo syndrome, whatever. Pretty cute, pretty cute. It's like one of these anime that comes up a lot, just in general when you like, well, at least when I, you know, started watching anime, or like roughly a few years after around, it was like this anime that just popped up everywhere, because of the character probably. You have like this, I don't remember the pink one. I just don't remember that I didn't like her too much. But yeah. I mean Lucky Star as well. I mean, Lucky Star is basically the MOBO anime. So, do I even have to talk about it? It's cute for what it is. They were one of the first ones, as far as I know, like in 2008, to include Miku. I think Hatsune Miku like it came out in like 2006 or 7, right? So they're pretty, you know, pretty on topic, I would say. But yeah, Lucky Star, if you haven't seen it, I think it's a must-watch in a way, because it's, you know, so influential in a way, right? It's one of these shows that's just like it set the groundwork of every MOBO show afterwards. If you wanted MOBO, this is, or if you don't like MOBO, or if you do like MOBO, this is where it came from. Lucky Star, basically. Of course, there's other stuff, but this is like the big one. This is the popular one that popularized it to the degree that it used to be a lot, at least for a while. And of course, the OVA. Talking about these later. Some of the, you know, some of the better ones. I want to kind of like get the chaff out of the hill before I get to the weed, you know. Magi. I thought the concept was really interesting when I watched it. It was also very well animated, and I think I might read the manga. Here, this one, since it's, you know, finished for quite a while now. My big problem is, and the reason why I only watched season 1, is because there's only season 2. And since this one came out in 2014, I don't think we will ever, or it's very unlikely, I should say, that we will get a full adaptation of it. So I'm more inclined to read the manga than continue watching the anime. But I think it's an interesting one. That if you've been at least slightly interested in watching it, you should watch it. It's about like this boy who's like Aladdin. It's like basically a 101 Nights or whatever it's called. You have like different characters from like these stories. You have like Aladdin, you have Alibaba, Sinbad, you know. And it has a very, you know, peculiar style, I would say. Like all the characters have like, yeah. And I just remember I've seen one like scene from the second season on YouTube like years ago. And I was like, should I maybe watch the second season? But then I was like, nah, let's not. Let's not. Man. This was such... At the same time, it was so hype, but also such a disappointment. Magia Record is basically like the Madoka Magica mobile game anime. So there's like a mobile game for Madoka Magica with all of these like different magical girls. And it's kind of like the anime that just retells the story, and it has its moments. It does have its moments, but in the grander scheme of Madoka Magica, it just falls completely flat. There's no reason to watch it, really. I think the first season is kind of interesting as it's, you know, lousy, and some of the characters are interesting, you know. Some of the concepts as well. You have like the baby Kyubey as well. And, you know, you have, of course, the older characters showing up again for some reason, you know. Fan service. But it's just... That's really... it really builds itself only on fan service. That's all it is. It's not like Madoka Magica is back, baby. It's more like, hey, remember Madoka Magica? here's something you can put your money into, if you do. Like, I thought it was, like, I thought Madoka Magica was popular, at least back in the day, and then, like, it's still, like, popular as, like, a thing people fall back on, right? It's like, oh yeah, I remember when Madoka Magica came out, and people were talking about it, and today it's sometimes being recommended by people still, but not really, you know, as like a huge thing that's deserves something like that. So yeah, it was a bit of a disappointment. And it got 3 seasons, right? So that's actually kind of interesting. This is season 2, and I thought season 2 was getting a bit better. Because the story really started to move on from there a little bit more. Compared to season 1, which was mostly like just introducing all the characters and whatnot. At least the important one. It's a mobile game, they have like 5 million characters to introduce, so they kind of skip through most of them. Or to a good chunk of them at least. So yeah, nothing too good. You know, staying on Magical Girl MOBO side, I remember reading the manga, or starting reading the manga, and then kinda, I completed it. Man, I don't remember jack shit about this. I remember like the beginning scene was very, very interesting. She's getting bullied, or like the progression of the story. Like, let me spoil it. Like, she gets bullied, and then she gets like a gun, a magical gun that just kills people. Like, it teleports people. And then, like, one of her bullies, like, invites, like, a guy. He's like, hey, let's go, you know, force her to do sexual activities. And she's like, no. Shoots the guy, teleports him in front of a train. And then this one was the bully, if I remember correctly. And she then gets mad at her. It's like, hey, we tried to basically get you raped. And you defended yourself. But it's your fault that the other guy died. Yeah. It's just gory for the sake of gory. And it's just not a good story, right? And then it kind of... What I do remember slightly about the manga is it kind of like revolves back into Mao Shoujo of the End, which is also a manga I read at some point, but I dropped. I feel like the concept originally was fine, but it can't hold my attention, really. I don't know why. Speaking of magical, Magical Girl Senpai. Yeah, you know what you're in for. It's a girl. She does magic. It's like very short. It's 12 minutes per episode. And I've read the manga to some degree. I know it's finished, but I haven't finished it yet, personally. It's about this girl. She wants to be a magician, and she's bad at it. So she gets into situations like her being tied up in a more like BDSM kind of way. So it's kind of dumb in that regard. Let me switch from music. What music could I play that is fitting? The V-Shop channel. Okay, let's go for that. Or the Me channel, I don't remember. So yeah, if you want to see some of that, if that's what you're into right now for a reason, you can watch it. It's not long, but it's not good. This one I don't remember jack shit. I kind of like the characters, kind of. Oh, okay. I was waiting to talk about this one, actually. This anime, I remember jack shit about it, except for the ending, Born to Be, which I've been listening for years. Ever since I watched this anime, I've been listening to this ending. Born to Be, it's such a good song. It's on my playlist. I listen to it at least once a month or so, or once every 2 or 3 months. But I don't remember jack shit about the anime. I remember it was like a, I think, brother-sister pair or something like that, or like lovers, or I don't remember jack shit about this one. But yeah, it's not very well loved, as you can see. But banger ending, banger ending. Highly recommend just checking out the song. Like, if you check anything about it out from this anime, Check this. Check the ending out. It's so good. Where's it? There. Born to Be by Nano. Fuck, dude. It's good. It's so good. Oh, this one. Yeah, I remember this one being really cute. And didn't it have 2 seasons? Oh, I didn't. Yeah, it's about this dude and he like falls in love, or like he has like a just fun adventures with the demon lord, who's like this big titty redhead with horns. I think to remember that she could take the horns off, but I don't fully remember it. I remember though it was cute, but it certainly is not. Really, Terraria? Yaku. What choice of music. What a great choice of music. But yeah. Mario Yusha. I cannot recommend just for the cuteness factor. From what I remember, of course, if you just want to, you know, look at her for some reason the entire time, you can also do that. But I also remember that it was decently hyped when it came out in 2013, around then. Maybe a bit later, but I remember it being decently hyped. I mean, you can see popularity, and it's in top 500, so it's not bad, actually. So you can't go wrong with that one. Oh, I'll wait on that one for a second. On these ones as well. Maria the Virgin Witch. This one was very weird. That's, if I remember correctly, that's an original one. Is it? No, it's based on a manga. Really? Yeah, I mean, it's in the name. It's like a witch, which is living with her 2 familiars. Blah, blah, blah. As the war rages on, and yeah. She like gets caught up in the war. She's like a virgin, and there's like a dude who likes her. And Joseph. I think in the ending they fuck. I don't remember. It was very interesting. As a show, I really don't remember much of this. Since I probably watched it when it came out in 2015, so 10 years ago. How much can you remember that you did 10 years ago, right? It obviously didn't stay too much in my brain, like some other media. I remember kind of liking it. I mean, I gave it a 9 at the time, which, you know, how accurate these ratings are, I did say this before. They might be bollocks by now, but I say, check it out. I remember liking it. I do remember liking it. It does have a bit of a slow start, if I remember, though. Until the whole, like, war thing, like, start to happen. Mars Red. Remember when vampires were cool? Yeah, me neither. It was kind of like that. You have, like, this squad of people that, like, haunt vampires or something, and or try to contain them. And that's what this show is about. It's based on a manga, if I remember correctly. It might actually be the other way around. Source Other. Based on the dramatic stage reading of the same name. Okay. Interesting. It had interesting ideas. From what I remember. Right? Oh, no. These guys were like vampires themselves. And that's why they were like fighting vampires. Something like that. Yeah, I remember this dude. He was actually a nice dude. He was one of the good guys, so like machining everything in the background, if I remember correctly. Yeah. It's not good, right? As far as like vampire shows goes, I think it was decent, right? Certainly, in 13 episodes, you can't really do too much, right? Build up like a huge world and everything. But as far as I remember, it was decent. Nothing to really, you know, mention. Nothing to put in at top 25. That's for sure. But it also kind of reminded me of... there was this other anime. I will get to it at some point. It was with like these like vampires versus humans as well. And it kind of reminded me of that, but like as a cheap knockoff almost. So we'll get to that. I have to talk about this one later. Medaka Box. Yeah. This is basically, you know, the way I remember it back in the day, Medaka Box, the way I remember it, people were basically like, hey, do you like Rio's Grammary? How about you get blue-haired Rio's Grammary? There we go. Yeah. That's kind of what I remember about this show. Nothing else. It got a sequel. I don't remember if I watched a sequel. No, I didn't. Yeah, I don't remember jack shit about Medaka Box. Yeah, I know it's from the stories by the Monogatari guy, actually. Interesting enough. It's been finished for quite a while now. Yeah. Yo, Daki, how's it going? I'm doing good. Mostly. Had a bit of a migraine today. It's been kinda... It finally settled a couple of hours ago. How's it going on your end? Oh, man, Megalobox was fantastic. Megalobox was really good. I didn't like Season 2 as much. Where was I? I was all the way back here. Didn't feel well, actually. Yeah, I didn't see you stream often as well. If I remember correctly. Usually, like, the notification pops up. Of course, most of the time I'm at works. I'm just surviving. I mean, that's one of... surviving is better than, you know, decaying. But have you made any progress on Elden Ring? Or just been kind of like lurking around the world? The hit song by Daft Punk. Yeah, Megalobox is kind of like a retelling of Ashita no Cho, which I never watched or read. I remember people really liked it though, and I should read it and watch it. So it's kind of like a retelling of that, but with like these, you have like these robot arms. And if I remember correctly, like he starts suddenly to do the gimmick where he doesn't use the robot arms. But I don't fully remember. Mostly I was like laughing and crying at home, but yeah. Ah, I see. I mean, that sucks. I hope it gets better though. Soon enough, at least. But I know how it is sometimes. I think I've been in that boat before. If I would have to guess. Maybe not the same boat, but you know, the same kind of boat. Made from the same wood. Yeah. But yeah, Megalobox, really highly recommend it. It's very well animated as well. Give me 1 second. Yeah, same drivers. It's also a way you could say it. Same captain. I mean, for a boat. And then came Season 2. And Season 2 is also pretty good. But I feel like the first few episodes really are kind of like, they drag along. It drags along for quite a while. But it then gets better. It's just the first like few episodes, you're just kind of like sitting there like, why does it, you know, it would have needed 3-4 more episodes, and I think it would have been a more rounded out show and all together. But I can highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. Yeah, I mean, mood swings. I know, like, the whole switch between, like, depressive state and, like, super hyper, like, hey, yeah, let's go state. It just happens, especially, like, during the winter months. Or, like, late fall to winter. But yeah, don't worry. I mean, I couldn't also catch your streams most of the time. It's, like, hard to always sync up correctly. Especially when you're kind of like working and just kind of work around that whole shebang of whole state of being, so to speak. But I also have tried at least, you know, streaming a little bit early as well, so it might have been that to some degree, at least on Saturdays when I play Dark Souls. I tried out something new, and I think it might be working. I'm not sure yet though. I'm not yet sure. Mikaku City Actors. I remember watching this and ignore the rating once again. I fucking hated it. I didn't get it. I don't get why people liked it so much. So I have to probably just rewatch it at some point. I don't know, man. It's like one of these that I watched and I just didn't get at the time. It's basically like, hey, let's take like different Vocaloid songs and make like an anime out of it. And that was that. But I know some people are really big fans of it, and I think they even announced like a new project about it at some point, but I don't fully remember. Probably not if it's not listed here. Yeah. A little bit of the walls, but it's not fun when I can't talk with you. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I personally am like mostly a VOD watcher for at least most people, just because of the whole time thing. It's also nice to kind of like put it on at like 2 times speed, just kind of like give it a quick watch through while you're like gaming on the side or something. But yeah, if you're like seeking the whole chatting aspect, then of course a VOD is kinda ass. Kinda ass. Yeah, totally. I mean, I also start to prefer it. Sometimes you just... For me, that's like games I cannot stream. But sometimes I'm like sitting there when I play it, I'm like, oh man. Should I fire up a stream even though I could not stream this game right now? Like, well yeah, I'm just reading fucking text for like hours on end. But man, I would love to just have somebody cutting into this monotoneness. Yeah, but it will probably be the most boring stream in the world. Let me talk about this in a second. This one as well. Let me talk about this one real quick. Michiko Hachin. Very interesting show. Especially style-wise. And like location-wise. You can give it a try. Yeah. I mean, depends. I gave it a try before with certain types of games. Like one game, like for me as an example, one type of game I don't like to play too much is ones that are just have too much text, or I have like too many characters like talking to you all the fucking time, like too many cutscenes where you just kind of like sit there and try to like follow the story or whatever characters are saying. So I think it just doesn't, you know, create a good stream. Something like Kingsfield is nice, because even though I get lost like a motherfucker, there's nothing in there that kind of distracts you. You sometimes have like NPCs talking to you, of course, when you are like talking, quote unquote, showing a screen full of text. But that's about it. It's not one of this... Like, oh, let me talk to you for 10 minutes about the most random shit possible. I mean, that's also a bit the modern gaming landscape. Man, I've seen like the Metroid Prime 4 thing, the new character they added. God, I hope... Like, I was not the biggest hyped for it, because I haven't played the other ones yet. But also, like, you know, for the fans, it's great. And then I saw like the character and I was like, oh no. They had to add one of these characters. Yeah. Like basically the character that's like a Redditor and has to constantly remind you and solve your puzzles and make like quippy jokes like from a Marvel movie. It's, oh, I hate that. I couldn't stream a game like that. I would get too mad about it. Somebody just kind of is constantly in my ear, annoying the piss out of me. Yeah. Yeah. Michiko's watching. Interesting, I would say. It's like about this girl who... I don't remember if she was from like a drug family. Oh yeah, abusive foster parents. And she kind of teams up with her. And they go on like a spree through Latin America. Which... That's quite a setting that you don't rarely see. And I think it's good. It's quite watchable. But it has like its... Honestly, I would say when people talk about diversity in anime, or just diversity in general, I think this is a good way to do it. It's not forced, it's not like on the nose, it's just kind of there. And for that, I have to say, this is probably one of the best animes if you're one of these people that seek diversity in the field. If I have to say. All the shit they try to do these days, or that some people want to have at least forced into it, mostly the translators working at Crunchyroll and such, trying to insert their own politics and whatnot into the subtitles. This is miles ahead of that. So for that, I give it a big thumbs up. Of course, not top 25. Miruko-chan is an interesting show. And manga, of course. I've been reading the manga every chapter that's been coming out. It's basically about this girl who can suddenly see like these atrocious ghosts. And then with time, she also like learns how to deal with them, or like meets new characters that can deal with these ghosts more in a better way. And it's actually really fun. There was like this one part in a hospital where one of the monsters looked like one of the enemies from Elden Ring. And the entire time I was like reminded of that while playing it. And I think it's despite it being a comedy, it's one of the better one at being creepy as well. A weekly recommendation. Oh, that's hard. Yo, Mystical, how are you doing? Anime of the year. The problem is this year I've barely watched any seasonal anime. Yeah. I mean, the thing is the manga is like very slow at coming out. It's like one chapter every 2 or 3 weeks. So I think by the time they reach the ending of the anime, there were maybe like 5 or so chapters out that were new. But yeah, that's like one of the things I want to do next year, is to be more on top of the seasons again. Let's see what else coming. I mean, One Punch Man is always good. Spy X Family is always good. The way this ended is absolute ass. The way this ended was pretty divisive, I would say. I liked it, but I preferred the arc from season 2 the most. Yeah, if you watch all of them, it's... I used to watch like 20 to 30 at a time. These days I kinda mostly like try to clear my backlog out a little bit, rather than always like watching the newest stuff. And sometimes I also start to kind of like go by sword score. Wait for it to load, you know? And then like start just kind of like watching the ones that are like 6.5 and below, to see if there's like any gold in there. Most of the time there isn't. But it is a fun way to approach the entire thing. Ooh, 5 point something, that's actually kind of rough. But yeah, staying on top of the season is pretty hard these days, at least for me. Interesting how this one is so high though. I wouldn't say it's not, it's more, it's just more if it gets also translated. And more if it is also like interesting to some degree at least. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I see here doesn't really interest me too much. I remember this. Oh, fuck. I do remember reading the manga of that. Is this one finished? It's not. I have to maybe check this one out. But yeah, before I get too bogged down here. Maybe I can talk about the seasons more next year. But this year I mostly spent time watching my backlog. Where was I? Here. Yeah, let me talk about this one first. Hello? Ah, okay, yeah. I was a bit confused there why I couldn't click this one, but I was off by one. This one is basically the same as... Not the same as, but like... It's almost like a... How do you say? It's a weird one. It's a weird one. It kind of reminds me of Mekaku City Actors, in a way. It just never goes anywhere. So for that, I can't really recommend. I have it rated quite highly at the time. I kind of liked it. Some of the characters were nice. But it really doesn't ever go anywhere, so I can't recommend it for that. Now, Geiki no Bure. No, oh, I can't write. Let this grieving soul retire. Huh. I mean, I'm gonna put it on my list here. Might as well. It's like Overlord Eminence. I haven't watched Eminence yet. That's also on my list. Like I have like 100 shows or so on my backlog, so it will take a while until I get through it. But I did start to basically walk every day that I'm not in the office, so 5 times a week, and watch anime while I do that. So that's 5 episodes a week, 5 episodes a day roughly. So 25 a week. That's about 50 to 100 shows a year. So I try to keep more up on the entire thing next year. But yeah, thanks for mentioning that. I will maybe check it out. Let's finish airing this one. Probably the sequel is what's airing right now, you mean? Okay, load. Yeah, the sequel is airing. Interesting. Okay. I mean, it's basically like an isekai. What is it? I mean, I have to check it out first to really evaluate it. God, my throat is like clogged up again. I don't know why this always happens. Speaking of what I was talking about with the whole translation earlier and diversity, Maid Dragon. I never watched past season 1. I thought it was interesting, but I never got really why it was this popular. Like, I might be, you know, there may be a reason, quote unquote, for some other people, there may be a reason. But I never really got its popularity. So I watched the first season, I enjoyed it, but I really don't need to see more, I feel like. Oh, that I talked about this last stream. Ixion Saga DT is one of... It's... Actually, I talked about this last time. I've never seen anybody mention Ixion Saga DT. I don't know why. It's such a funny anime, and it's based upon a random MMO or something. That's only came out in Japan, that's probably been shut down and is lost media by now. It's actually hilarious. Because I remember I was like I watched SAO at the time and finished it, and then I was like, hey, is there more like this? More, you know, of this isekai shit? At the time we didn't know it was called isekai. You know? And there were like 2 shows I watched at the time. Well, like I discovered. One was Log Horizon, absolutely fantastic. And Ixion Saga DT, which I think by episode 3 or so, where he tries to sleep with her, quote unquote, and she goes like, "Oh yeah, I'm a man, by the way, I have a penis." I fucking lost it. I was like, this is hilarious. And him getting his balls busted. I feel the pretty, yeah, same. I thought this was like one of these animes I dreamed up for the longest time. I was like, man, I've never seen anybody talk about it. And of course, the opening is fantastic as well. I constantly remember it. Every like couple of months, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, Ixion Saga DT's opening. Man, that's a trip back down memory lane. It's easily one of the animes I watched probably in my first 50 to 100. It's so good. I actually have it on my hard drive right now, waiting for a rewatch, which I might still do this year. I'm not totally sure yet, but man, Ixion Saga is fantastic. Yeah. It's also hilarious to me that he gets transported with his fucking headset, and he just kind of keeps it around. Of course, he has the sword that turns into a hammer. I really have to rewatch it though. I remember like one of the last episodes was like a weird, like a competition or something. It was strange. I definitely need to rewatch it before I can really talk about it. But yeah, all I remember is it was funny as fucking just random. For the time, it was great. Like, going from SAO to this and to Log Horizon was like complete opposites. One was like way more evolved, and this was just way more just shitting on everything. So yeah, Ixion Saga DT, fantastic, check it out. They actually paired actual Japanese songs that were famous at the time. Yeah, thanks for joining. I hope I can catch you as well one of these days again. I hope it's gonna get better soon. It really is lost media. Yeah. Maybe somebody needs to, you know, ring the drums or ring the bells and it's like, hey, watch this shit. It's actually, man, it's under, what's the word? On one hand, it's a hidden gem. Yeah, I would call it a hidden gem, actually. I mean, Log Horizon is fantastic as well, by the way. But I would call Ixion Saga a hidden gem. From what I remember. I have like 1 or 2 more animes that I would call hidden gems, by the way. One might be coming up here. No, not yet. Okay. But let me like quickly go through some more trashy ones. Underrated, that's the one I want to talk about. The word I meant, underrated, yes, underrated. But also hidden gem. Hidden gem fits better, I think. Thinking about it now. Mitsubishi Colors. Definitely your top 10, okay. I don't think it will make my top 25 yet. Maybe once I rewatched it, who knows. But it's gonna be, actually, I do have it, I think, saved as an honorable mention. Oh, it's not in here as an honorable mention. That's a crime, Yaku. Let's put it in here. Yeah. There we go. Definitely honorable mention. Definitely honorable mention. Mitsubishi Colors, just really quick. It's basically little kids playing like superheroes, and they quote unquote, you know, help people. It's mostly just playing around. It's cute. You know, it's if I remember correctly, it's like kid characters done well. Yeah, Happy Sugar Life was interesting. I think it dragged on a little bit, and of course it's like it kind of builds upon of the reveal of everything. But for what it was fun. For what it was fun. So yeah, cute show. I can recommend it for that. This one is kind of like the opposite. If I remember correctly, this is like... It's always a bit... Yeah. Mitsuba's statistic and unusual mature for her age. It's both lewd and incredibly strong. Yeah. I don't even know. It's just, you know, watching this back, it's kind of... I just don't remember. I've watched this years ago. I can't remember shit, but it's like the dichotomy of the two. One is like a cute kids show, like a cute show with kids, and this is like a lewd show with kids. It's just anime things, man. There was also an OVA. I'm moving on to something completely different. Mob Psycho 100. Thinking back on it, I liked it more than One Punch Man. I think One Punch Man is kind of like... In the beginning it's interesting with Saitama. And it's all about the side characters. But they also kind of just become kind of after a while, I feel like. And Mob Psycho 100 is just all... When it comes to all the characters together, it's just so much better. They're way more interesting, it's more fun, it's extremely well animated. It kind of like keeps the simpler art style of the web novel, or the web comic that it's based upon. And for that I have to say, I liked it more than One Punch Man. It's by the same dude, by the way. Just to maybe mention that. If it isn't obvious. And it got 3 seasons. So for that let me actually quickly skip over here. I mean, it's so popular, I don't have to put in my honorable mention. But could it fit somewhere in here? No, I don't think so. I don't think it could fit in there right now. I simply don't think so. Let me skip these real quick. Let's just go through them really quick. So yeah, Mob Psycho 100, pretty good. It's not just screen time, I just wish like the thing is like his gimmick is kind of just worn out by this point. Like I read the manga a little bit as well, and the webcomic. Like the best parts are just kind of when he isn't around, in a way. Like you of course want him to show up and just be an absolute menace from time to time. And that's fun and whatnot. But I feel like almost Shonen Bat, I think, was the character. His fight with one of the villains was the absolute best part up till that point. Or like when Kamen Rider fought the Fish King. I feel like it just like backed itself too much into a corner with the gimmick. Which Mob Psycho 100 didn't. So yeah. Gundam. I'm still a long ways away from, you know, having watched all the Gundam. So far I only watched the original Gundam, which it shows its age. Yeah, it's rough. Even for when it came out, it was already a rough animation, and watching this in 2000, when did I watch this? Like 2020 or so? 2018, 19, something like that. It's rough. It's very rough. Of course, after watching it, I start to get some references. Like, you hit me, even my father never hit me. Whatever the reference was. Or the exact text. So I think for that, it's like one of these that I have to say watch. watch it just because it's a classic. It's not watch it because it's that good, but it's almost like mandatory, right? Mandatory watching. That being said, Iron-Blooded Orphans I really liked, actually. It's of course, animation-wise, it's really nice. I like the story. I don't necessarily like how it ends up in the end. It's a bit convoluted at times how it actually comes to be. But all in all, I really liked Iron-Blooded Orphans. I think it can like really stand on its own and without like... Of course, like all the Gundams are to some degree separated. Not all of them, of course, but some of them. And Iron-Blooded Orphans is like a nice standalone thing that you can watch and enjoy, and it's a good watch. It's a really, really good watch. And I would say that deserves an honorable mention. It's really hard, though, about the top 25, because so far they're really good. I might kick Cyberpunk out for this one, so I might remember that. But so far I'm going to keep it this way. So it has 2 seasons, it's 50 episodes long, which it is quite long, mind you. But it is good. I can recommend it. And the openings are so fantastic as well. And the music in the OST is generally also fantastic. They did a really good job with Iron-Blooded Orphans. Yeah, I also wasn't too much into mecha, but sometimes I just enjoy watching them from time to time. It's the same as Isekai. Sometimes I just need this kind of thing, no matter if I really want to or not. But yeah, I'm very... How do you say? I like Isekai as well. No matter how shit they are sometimes. But sometimes I do need to kind of take a seat back. But yeah. Then Witch from Mercury, I watched the prologue. I haven't yet watched the actual show. What has kind of prevented me from watching it is all that the people say is like these two are lesbians. Or these two. I don't remember which one, but they say this is a lesbian god. So like, do I want to get into that? Is it going to be actually good, or is it just going to be relying on that too much? But I do remember it being kind of hyped at the time. So I might watch it. I still have it on my hard drive, so I'll see about that. Monogatari, I can't say much about Monogatari. I still have planned to rewatch the entire thing. But the thing is, it's just so exhausting to read. Or to read the subtitles, man. I remember when I watched Monogatari, it's just... Yeah, it's really... It's... I like Gundam for the fights. I like Gundam for the, you know, a bit of for the politics. The, you know, war politics. But this whole lesbo phantasm. Not sure if that really is my thing. But yeah, Gurren Lagann, dude. I don't think I've gone to it yet because it's gonna be in T. But yeah, Gurren Lagann is very likely gonna be my top 25. I like watched it, I rewatched it, and I'll rewatch it like a couple years back again. And every time I was like, yeah, this is some good shit. But let me talk about that once I get to it. Yeah, Monogatari, it's just really exhausting, and I have to rewatch it to fully be able to judge it. Let me talk about that in a second. Monster Girl Doctor. Remember Monster Girls? Do you like Snake Girls? Well, here you have a medieval town with a Monster Girl snake nurse kind of thing. It's cute. The dragon was interesting as well. But it was like, you know... It's the whole Monster Girl thing. Just... it's been done. I think we should kind of stop. Right? It lost its novelty for the most part. I do like my Lamias, right? I'm a big Lamia enthusiast over here. I do like me some snake girls. I mean, I did watch Goodbye Dragon Life and really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed this one with Selena, which is also a Lamia. But you know, I feel like it just kind of like this one piggybacked off of Monster Musume. That's all I remember. Let me talk about that one in a second. Miss Vampire Who Lives Next Door. It's cute girls doing cute things, slop. You know. I think from the title alone you can kind of guess what it's about. It's a vampire who lives next door and they have like cute conversation and whatnot. Oh, so many good ones in M actually. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. So much good stuff in M. And my first girlfriend is a gal. I don't remember jack shit, but you can see what the appeal is. It's, you know, melons. Goodbye Dragon Life feels like yesterday. What? Like you watched it yesterday, or like the show yesterday, wa Utate. Oh, Boku no Hero Academia. I might have talked about this before. In the beginning, when I started reading it, I was like, "This is peak. If they don't fuck this up, this is gonna be this is gonna go down in anime history." And my god, by the end of it, I was so done with it. I think it didn't necessarily drag on too long, but I almost feel like it didn't really know how it wanted to wrap itself up. Right, the fan base is annoying, yes, I get that. It's way too popular, too many normies are into it, I get that. It's still really good. But man, the ending is kinda... which is why I haven't really bothered continuing watching it. I watched season 1, I watched season 2, I watched season 3, I watched season 4, 5, 6 even. But I'm just a bit fatigued by just... It's another one of these where I'm kind of like... I lost interest in watching it simply because I know how it ends. I should stop reading the manga sometimes. Yeah. Like, I like the idea how he suddenly has like 50 quirks. Because of All for One is like this combination that always like... Oops. That like... Thankfully just didn't break. Because it's glass. But it's like a... It's a really cool idea. But I just hate the ending and the villain. Just kind of... With time, they're just kind of boring. Or uninspired. I don't know, it's just... I know some people really are gonna be like, Yaku, you are a piece of shit for hating on my favorite anime, which is the only anime I watched, besides maybe like 2 others, Boku no Hero Academia. But in the grand scheme of things, it's... You know. It could have been something great. In the end, it wasn't. Speaking about in the end, My Home Hero is a pretty interesting story. It's like, it falls into this genre of dad manga, or like dad anime, where it's like, hey, if it's a story about the dad and his daughter or son or children or whatever, and you're like, oh man, if I was a father, I want to be like this too, right? It's like this dad fantasy of, if my family is in danger, I'm gonna step up kind of thing. And it was really good. The manga was really good until a certain point. And after a time skip happened, it became just so boring, and it became so convoluted, and by the end you were just kind of like, man, this was ass. How could they drop the ball so hard? Like, there was a good point to just stop it and say, hey, that's it. I kind of solved the thing, I got away with it. That's it. But that didn't happen, and... I mean, the anime is fun. If you don't want to read the manga, it's good for what it is, but knowing that the story doesn't end really well, I don't even want the second season. I really don't. It's good. It's good, but yeah. Let me actually. There we go. So yeah, it's an interesting one to check out if you like this kind of dead anime stuff, but not for me. My life was Inukai-san's dog. Guy gets turned into a dog and kind of gets into some sticky situations with his owner, who is a bit very fanatic about dogs. I mean, let me just. Play a little song. White girls fuck dogs. White girls fuck dogs. White girls fuck dogs. White girls fuck dogs. When they come home from the bar and they're all. The funny thing is, I read the manga, which is finished. And the idea is like he has like 3 girls that actually like the dude for some reason. And she likes the dog, but she also likes the dude in the end. That's the cat anime. I don't know what the cat anime is. Maybe I've seen it, but from the name I don't remember. But yeah, funny enough, the anime is uncensored while the manga is censored, as far as I remember. For some reason they were like, oh yeah, let's just uncensor it in the anime to kinda get some extra stuff out of it. I just don't. Yeah. It's kinda. White girls fuck dogs. 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 Oh, such a classic of internet music. Anyways, let's get back to some normal BGM music. Oh, that sounds familiar. This one? I think I remember seeing this one. I was like, should I watch it? And I was like, nah, it seems kind of ass. And yeah, I think based on that we can agree. But yeah, I mean, I would say this one's, just from what I remember, this one is probably worse. Because she actually she does this thing where she puts on a dog costume and then kind of like waggles her tail. Right. It's both ass and kind of creepy as well. And of course, I have an OVA as well. Yeah. Oh. That's a weird one. Anyways, isekai. This is an isekai in a weird way. That is unusual, I would say, at least. It's a girl who gets isekai'd into an otome game. And it was kind of interesting, actually, to watch. But I never bothered to watch, like, Season 2. At least for me, it was a bit too much, I would say. Is the light novel still ongoing? Yeah. I think the characters were interesting. And the story and whatever. But it was a bit too much. Too girly, you could say. At times. So yeah, but I would say, if you want to check out another type of isekai, not just the standard fantasy anime, but like one of the rare instances, at least that I know, that are not, hey, let's go to the game world or to the fantasy world. This is one of them, and for that I can commend it. My sweet tyrant. My sweet, I don't fucking remember a single thing about this show. Yes, it's one of these like very short ones though. But I don't remember track shit about it. Myriad Colors Phantom World. I remember when this one dropped. People were very, very in love with this character for various reasons, and it had kind of promise. It's like about, you know, there's like supernatural entities, ghost yokai, blah blah, and they kind of like solve cases. It's like one of the standard like plot points they kind of like revert to. What do we make our characters do? Let's make them solve some cases with paranormal entities. That's what it's about. It was an interesting one. I don't remember though what the story really, like where it really went. The world of Otome games is tough for mobs. It's a pretty good dating game isekai. Can I copy this message somehow? Yeah. You mean this one? Seems interesting. Just based on the name, so I will put this here. Oh, mysterious disappearances. This one had an interesting premise at the beginning. It was like about this girl. She was an author, and then she like found like a book that turned her into a child. And there were like all of like these weird cases going on every so often. She like investigated them together with this dude here, and this girl who was like his sister. This girl who was his sister. But it was kind of it just never got anywhere. It like very heavily relied on just bad jokes, like her having like huge tits. So not recommended. And it kind of like followed up Dark what's it called? Dark Gathering. It was basically Dark Gathering, but worse. So yeah, not recommended for that. Naruto! It's Naruto! It's got a lot of people into anime. For that, it's great. But other than that, it's... yeah. It's not that good. That's all I'm gonna say. To not piss too many people off, hopefully. Maybe in the future. Oh... I'm gonna, you know, delete all the seasons here, and we'll talk about this when I go make the second pass. Okay, time for the second pass to really, like, go for some peak, absolute peak real quick. Oh, wait a second. Okay. This is an interesting one, but I will just very quickly mention it and then go back again. Lost Storage Inside Vixos. I watched this anime and was really confused. No. Yeah. No, wait. How was it? Yeah, no. No, okay, it was Selector. Forget about that. But yeah, I will talk about this once I get to Selector. But this is the worst version of Selector. Let me just say it like that. That's all I'm gonna say. For the time being. Love Lab, cute anime. Just a cute anime overall. And the ending, if I remember correctly, was really cute as well. So for that I can remember, I don't remember much about it, but check it out, it is cute. Love Life, the classic. I mean, if you're into idol slop, you kind of have to watch Love Life, and man, season 1 of Love Life was fucking fantastic. And I also watched season 2, of course, and I also watched Sunshine, of course, and I also watched Sunshine season 2, of course, and I also watched the movie of Sunshine and the movie of Love Life. And recently I also watched Nishigasaki for the first time, finally. And I've started like catching up to it. If you're into idol slop, there's worse things to watch, right? It's no Idol Master, that's for sure. But man, I remember how popular Love Live was when it came out back in the day. It was insane. There were like people walking around with badges completely, like their entire clothes like covered in badges of their Oshis. Man, that was a time. And I played like the mobile game, the rhythm game, School Idol Festival, for a long time. For a long time. So yeah, Love Live School Idol Project, highly recommended if you just like idol slop. Licorice Recoil. It's about like these girls. They're like part of an organization that like deals with terrorists. I don't know why it has to be girls that do it, like high school girls. But as far as the story goes, it was actually pretty good. Opening, ending were fantastic. Alive and Hana no To. It kinda... At times I thought it was kinda bullshit. How the story, like with like this character as an example. This guy's kinda like, it dragged a bit. Its whole story was kinda ass. But man, as far as anime goes, I think Licorice Recoil, it's so popular. I will not put it in my honorable mention. But man, was it good. I think I can highly recommend it for those that haven't watched it. As far as original anime goes, especially. I'm always surprised when they make an original anime, and it always turns out so fucking fantastic. And the animation was fantastic, the characters were likable, it was all in all just good. It was good. Oh yeah, so is it by Sayuri? Oh fuck, yeah it is. Man, Sayuri is great. I have like all of her albums on my phone. Clarice is also fantastic. They got some really goods. They got like a good team here. Yeah. Man, that one's sad though. Like, her music is fantastic, and there's I think at least one other anime that I will encounter at some point where one of the songs, like the first song I remember from her is from Scum's Wish. If I ever get to that. Only if I speed up though. So yeah, Sayuri is great. Check out Sayuri. I listen to her albums every so often as well. Yeah, Made in Abyss. It's good, but man, is it taking forever? Man, is it taking forever and ever and ever to fucking get anywhere? Man, I'm so hyped to finally see how like it will conclude. I really wish it concludes well, but my god, I think the last chapter's already like 2 months ago or so when it came out. It is taking forever. Let me see. Last chapter, no, not even that. No, that was the extras. At the beginning of the month, actually. Okay. And then like half a year of break before that. Oh, I will get to Vivi as well. But yeah, Made in Abyss. Dude, I'm gonna put... This is probably my top 25 yet, potentially, so I will save it. Yeah, man. I really like it. It's one of the better fantasy, and like it's a fantastic world. As far as world building goes, Made in Abyss is fantastic. It's a big shame that the game that came out about it is apparently really bad. But if you haven't watched Made in Abyss, fuck, check it out. Especially, like I am gonna be very interested how, as I said, I'm there. I want to see how this ends. I want to see how this concludes. And the music is also fantastic, but yeah. Made in Abyss, fucking Dawn of the Deep Soul. The movies are fucking fantastic. The Golden City was also such a good season. With Faputa at the end. Oh, so good. Such a good anime. And manga, of course. Yeah, highly, highly, highly recommended. Same I could say about this one. Makuya When the Promised Flower Blooms. Oh, this is a very good movie. This is a very, very good movie. It's basically about like this girl. She's like kind of like very. I don't remember if she's immortal or yeah, okay. She can just live very long, and she like meets like this dude, this kid, and they can like travel along and then, you know, grow up together. And he like falls in love with her, but this can't happen because, you know, she's like very long lived and whatnot. Oh yeah, and that's like, yeah. And there's like a plot about her being like kidnapped or something. I don't want to spoil too much or like talk too much about it, but man, Makuya is really, really good. For the time being, I'm gonna save it as well. It's a movie, so it's, you know, it's 2 hours long. If you have 2 hours, just fucking watch it. It's good. It's that good. Please. If you have 2 hours, watch this. Simple as is. March comes in like a lion. And season 2, of course. Man. As boring as something like shogi seems, this is a really good character drama. I would say. And the manga is still ongoing. I don't know when it will end or whatnot. I have to read it though. It's so good. It's like in a similar vein as Chihaya Furu. I say kind of like play a more traditional Japanese game. But completely different stories. Completely different how the world is kind of built upon. It's like about this guy. And he's like a prodigy at shogi. But if I remember correct, like his father and like his stepsister are like abusive to some degree, and he has like trauma from that. And then like he like moves in with like this family here. And he kind of starts to become more open and whatnot. But in the background you have like this complexities between like all the characters that play like shogi, and it's so good. I probably have to. I will read the manga. But I would also not be against just having a rewatch of this. So good. Highly recommending. I highly recommend it. March comes in like a lion. Gonna save it out for now. I'm not sure if it's gonna end on my top 25, but I can highly recommend it. It's also very popular, of course. Muscle. Once again, man, the first anime, fantastic. Then it blew up like a nuke with the opening for the second season, Bling Bang Bang Born by Creepy Knots. And I feel like this is kinda where it should stop. Maybe after this one. Because it has the same problem. It gets really good past like this arc that is adapted here. It's actually really funny at times as well. Like overall, it actually gets really good. But then it kind of like drops, and it just it doesn't know when to stop, if that makes sense. It relies too much on its gimmicks. Yeah, they also did the one for the vampire one at night, whatever it was called. Yeah, they create some bangers. They kind of came out of nowhere in that regard. It's like interesting how sometimes they just kind of, these like groups just kind of pop up. Yeah, that one's the one I meant. Absolutely, they create some good stuff. But yeah, Marshall. It's good. It's really good. Highly recommended. But just know that I read the manga. Right? I read the manga. And like past chapter 100 or so, it starts to really drop off. That's all I'm trying to say here. Has the guy done anything new since then? Nope, not really. Yeah. But yeah, I can recommend the first like 2 seasons or so. Maybe the third one here. But after that, I just like, be careful and not get burned out on it. MF Ghost. It's basically a new type of Initial D. It's by the same creator. It's kinda playing in the same universe, kinda. It's like this future sport where most cars are like with regular fuel. And so racing has become kind of this kind of system, and there are like some races still. And you have like this guy. I still have to watch the sequel. It's interesting so far, but it's not as hype as Initial D in my opinion. At least for the time being. Maybe it gets better. It's finished. Yeah. I think it's an interesting watch if you want more Initial D and don't just want to rewatch Initial D. But the whole like drone thing is kind of, you know, it feels kind of strange at times. Not too authentic, if that makes sense. Then this way, Mirai no Mirai. It's one of these movies by this one dude that makes like a bunch of movies. By the director. He also made like Wolf's Children. It's basically like this movie about a girl who like, she hates her like newborn brother. It's like, oh, he takes away all the attention or whatnot, and then she kind of like travels back in time. Yeah, meeting his family's past, present, and future selves as he learns the only... Yeah. Basically that. Oh, no, it's the... It's the boy, the kid, who goes on time travel with like... No, not the girl. That was a different one. But yeah, it's an interesting movie. It's cute. Can recommend it for that, but other than that, you know. It's what it is. If you have about an hour 40, check it out. Let me talk about this last in Dispatch. Moribito, Guardian of the Spirit. Man, I wish we have this style again. This style of anime is so good. It's so fantastic. Just look at this. I don't remember too much about it, as it's been quite a while since I watched this one as well. Yeah. Full sponsorship embarks on a journey to protect Shagum, exploring the beauty of life, nature, family, and the bonds that form between strangers. I don't remember too much about it, but I remember really liking it. So for that, I can highly recommend it, and I might put it on my... let's actually do it like this. And I'm gonna put it in my honorable mentions for now. The Tunnel to Summer. Oh, that's a new one. I haven't watched that one yet, but I will maybe check it out. Into the pilot goes, so to speak. Yeah. Mushishi. I don't know exactly what this genre is called. I really don't know what this genre is called, but man, it's so good. It's so fantastic. It's basically following like this dude, and he sees like these weird like creatures, and he kind of like the thing about Mushishi. I haven't watched Kino yet. That's still on my list. The thing about Mushishi that really, once I realized it, it kind of really became adoring to me. Basically, the Mushishi is the mushi, so like the mushis, I don't know. Fun fact, the German word for pussy is mushi. So it was always a fun one in that regard to call it mushishi. But yeah, it's basically like trying to explain natural phenomena and like disease and whatnot, but with like supernatural creatures. So there's like a disease going on, or crops are drying up, or whatever, and they try to describe, the anime solves that with like these weird creatures and whatnot. It's really good. Mushishi is absolutely fantastic. And I wish there would be more anime like that. It's just simple slice of life, almost, you could say. Slice of life. But in a more calm and just... You sit down, you watch an episode, and at the end of it, you just feel kind of like transcended. So for that, it's great. And there's another one coming up of these. Of course, there are multiple seasons, thankfully. I can highly recommend watching Mushishi. I will probably rewatch this at some point. Also, the music and the overall atmosphere is fantastic. Highly recommended. Mushoku Tensei. Haven't watched the third season yet. Still have to do that. Oh yeah, definitely. I have it on my backlog list, so I will watch it. I will definitely get to it at some point. I mean, this is one of the better isekais. It's about this dude. He's a creepy old dude. He gets reborn and then he lusts after his own mother. Which sounds kind of bad, but it actually... It does get kind of good. It still stays like very horror-y at times. But as far as isekai goes, it's actually pretty good. And it's really high... It's very well animated as well. Surprisingly well animated. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I've watched like season 1 and 2. But I still have to watch starting from here. Which I will, do that at some point. There we go, season 2. This one just blew up. Shika no Koshtantan. I don't know why. It was funny. It had some really good moments. But man, I don't remember. I don't know why it blew up as much as it did. It was everywhere. Of course, it was the dance, right? It was the meme dance from the opening. That has to be it. That's usually how stuff gets popular these days, with memes, the DNA of the soul. So if you want like watch a cute, funny anime, My Dear Friend Nokotan, pretty good, pretty fun. But I think it can overstay its welcome if it doesn't... I can't really see a second season working out too well, is what I'm trying to say. The manga's still publishing, of course. But I feel like it might become stale if it goes on too long. So I'm pretty good with a first season. I'm not sure if I want a second one. Or maximum a second one, I should maybe say. Yeah. Then My Little Monster. I remember this being like a very cute like rom-com anime. Yeah, comedy romance. Rom-com, literally. It's like a very... Yeah. I don't remember too much about it. Ah, interesting. I didn't know that. Man, she provides a lot of voices. Wait a second. Yeah, Hatsune Miku. In Shinsekan. Bullet Transformation Robot. What the fuck is this? For some reason they have Hatsune Miku in it. Okay. Awesome a game as well. And Boruto. Interesting. Yeah, this one, cute rom-com. I remember this guy had like a chicken. A pet chicken or something like that. It is really cute, and I think I have the manga somewhere on my list as well. I want to read it. But yeah, I can recommend this one, even though I don't remember too much about it anymore. Another rom-com. You will watch that mecha, it looked a bit childish and gaudy, if you ask me. This is definitely one I want to rewatch at some point. Can't miss out on Miku appearances. I mean, that's true, but there might be a lot, maybe a lot. Have you seen Choshin-chan, by the way? There's also a Miku appearance in there. 2 or 3 in season 3. This is like a love story anime about this huge dude and like this little girl, which made for some interesting memes back in the day when it came out in 2015. 10 years ago, more than 10 years actually, 10 and a half years roughly. Oh my god. But it's really fun. It's really good. It's really good. It's cute. It's a rom-com, of course, shoujo. And I will rewatch it. This is totally on my rewatch list. And I would say honorable mentions, but it's very popular, so not too sure if I will do that. But yeah, no, actually, let me put that one here for now. I will not take everyone here. That would be too much, but I will like curate that, I would say. My Neighbor Totoro, it's Ghibli, it's good. What else can I say? Not on my top 25, but I think it's one of the funner one that they produced. This one is to me like Mushishi. I really like Natsume's Book of Friends. I think this is one of the peak animes that have ever peaked. I didn't know what I was missing until I first watched it. Man, Natsume's Book of Friends is so fucking good. I think it's almost for me better than Mushishi. In this genre of calm but like mysterious and yokai kind of shit. I don't know. It's fantastic. And actually there's like a sequel. And there's a sequel. And you know what? There's another sequel. And there's another sequel. And guess what? There's another sequel. And a movie. And then after the movie, there came out another sequel. And I haven't watched this one yet, but I will. I absolutely will do that this year still. During my winter vacation, I think I will do this. It's about this guy. And I don't remember if it was his mother or his aunt, who had like the Book of Friends, which is like a book with like the names of all the yokai in it. And he kind of like inherits those, because he can like see the yokai, right? So as a child, he's kind of like ostracized. But now as a teenager, he kind of like, you know, starts to kind of like interact with them. And he also has like this cat companion. And he like solves cases and cases, quote unquote. Just kind of like befriends the yokai. It's really cute. It's really good. It's Natsume is probably gonna be my top 25. Yeah. It's still ongoing. It's you know, it's been ongoing since 2003, so fingers crossed that it will end up not bad at the end. But yeah, as far as manga go and the anime, it's so fucking good. Highly, highly recommended. No, but I think you mentioned that one to me before, and I have it on my list. I do have it on my list. On my to-watch list. So I will watch it at some point as well. So the last one of this batch. Monster. Urusawa's Monster. To many, I would say this is probably the best anime ever created. I have to say, it's not gonna be my number one. I talked about this before, I think. There's stuff I like, and I like as like, for myself, and think I like objectively as like, hey, this is peak. And I have to say Monsters is kind of that, in that canon, in that bucket. I mean, that's good. In that case, you can give it a rewatch, and it's worth it. It plays in Germany, funny enough. So some of the names are always funny to me. Johann Liebert. And fucking Lunge Heinrich. And you have, of course, the absolute GOAT, Wolfgang Grimme. I so fucking love this dude. When I watched his story, I was like, oh, this is so fucking peak. I love this so much. He's one of the best characters ever. So yeah, Monster absolutely deserves to be my top 25, but probably not number 1. Maybe at the end I will put it number 1, who knows. But yeah, Monster. Man, Monster is peak. Peak, absolute peak. I mean, General Urusawa has... I still haven't read many of Urusawa's work, but what I've read so far, this guy knows how to write a good story. This guy knows how to write a good story. Absolutely. Let's see time-wise, how am I? I still have like an hour or so, or 2. But yeah, L2, what was that, like somewhere in N, had a lot of good shit. Yeah, I mean, that's why I mostly also kind of like... I just no longer could keep up with the seasonal anime, so I kind of stopped for a while. Now my thing is like, I wait until the seasons are over, and then kind of like pick the ones that I want to watch, and then watch them as a whole. That's while I, you know, do my daily walks. I think that's probably the way I'm gonna do it from now on. Because as an adult with a job, who's like streaming 3 to 4 times a week, doing a lot of other shit, watching anime has become kind of difficult at times. Ever since starting my daily walking routine, it's getting a little bit better, of course. But you know, I just don't have the time anymore to keep up with the season, sadly. That's something I used to do when I was younger. And I miss it, but at the same time, I feel like going back and starting to watch all the anime again, I got a new appreciation to it. To anime as a whole. Being able to kind of like release myself from the shackle of seasonal anime. I think that was a good decision. Let me quickly just click on this one, because it's one I watched recently, actually. Because I had it on my to-watch list. Armed Girls Machiavellism. It was alright. It wasn't good. It's basically about this guy. He transfers to a school that's like used to be all girls. Now it's co-ed, and they kind of like allowed girls to like wear weapons to discipline the boys, and all of the boys are like cross-dressing. And he's kind of like, nah, let's fuck this. I'm not doing this, as he fights them. It's kind of fun. And there's the manga is also finished, so I might read this one at one point. But yeah, the fights were fun. The fan service was kind of ass at times. I'm just no longer too big of a fan of too much fan service these days, at least. As a teenager, it was fun. As an adult, it kind of drags on me after 800 animes, you know. I'm kind of sick. Yeah, I'm kind of sick of it at times. So it was fine. Fine. It had its moments. I think the battles were well animated at times. And she was a pretty cool character. I wish we would have seen more of her. Sadly, we didn't. Yeah. So delete this one and delete this one. The next 100. Yeah, it was a fun watch. It was a fun watch, but it's not like you don't really watch it for a good story, I would say. You watch it for the fun battles, and that's kind of it. Story was kind of secondary. It was just there to kind of move the plot along to get to the fights. That was all there really was to it. Once again, Monogatari. I need to really just watch the entire thing. All seasons, all the movies, all the fucking OVAs to really be able to judge it again. And judge it correctly. But that's going to be a long project. I would say. Or long, just maybe at one point I would say, okay, I take like 2 weeks and just kind of watch them in one go. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. Like during a vacation or something. I have to... Yeah. I have to think how I'm gonna do it. I will talk about Genesis towards the end of this bash. New game, interesting show about girls working in a game company. But of course that's not how game company is, but it's like cute girls doing cute things, game company edition. For that it's fun. But other than that it's like, yeah, not really. You wish. As a developer, if I could enter a game company and it's all girls, and it's gonna be this easy, that would be a great job, but that's of course not how it is. No, don't quit the entire browser, please. I have to talk about this one later. Nier Automata, the anime. I surprisingly liked it. Simply because it was... The whole world of Yoko Taro shit is basically timelines. Right, separate timelines. And the anime is kind of... is different from the game. And I know some people hate it probably because of that. But man, I actually enjoyed the deviation and the kind of like story they told of 2B and 2A. And it was like, it was well animated and everything. So I can actually recommend the anime for Nier Automata. And I really hope they maybe go back and do one for Drakengard or Nier. Fingers crossed. By the way, next year, Drakengard 2 is on the list for games I will play. Just to mention that while I'm on this topic. But yeah, Nier Automata, the anime, I actually really enjoyed. And I'm actually gonna put it on my honorable mentions for the time being. Yeah, of course, Season 2. The one you posted, Sanja Sanyu. Sanja... 3 leaves, 3 colors. Drop a princess-like persona and make friends that are all girls school. One day while eating alone near before she has a chance to kind of futaba. Or gear the super transfer student in Teru. Hi, my name's a looking girl. Surprising darts. Interesting. I've never heard of this one. Yeah. You know, I thought I watched so many animes, I will probably not get too many recommendations of shows I would watch, but man, it's one after another with you. One after another. Ninja Slayer from. Wow. It's Studio Trigger. But if you just watch one episode of Ninja Slayer from, it's 12 minutes. It's 26 episodes. My god, is this an animation style? It's the same animation style as Inferno Cop, if that rings a bell. I know a lot of media from the depths of the trenches. As long as it's not some absolute curse shit. That's always recommended, allowed, appreciated. But yeah, Ninja Slayer from, I was like, yeah, hell yeah, it's Studio Trigger. When you watch the trailer, you're like, holy shit, this looks fantastic. And then you watch the first episode, you're like, what the fuck is this shit? They were not cooking with this one. Well, they kind of were, but yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. More Monogatari. No Game No Life. I've kinda gotten over it, if that makes sense. For the longest time I was like, hell yeah, I want No Game No Life Season 2. I want No Game No Life Season 2. And you know, by now I'm kinda like, I don't care anymore. Looking back on it, at least these days, it was alright, but I don't think it deserves its popularity. I think it was just one of these animes, one of the first like animes that got like really, really popular with even with some more normie people. And it was good for that. But these days I have to say no. Looking back on it, I think we were all just a bit up our own bums with it. It wasn't bad, mind you, but yeah. It's been too long. I don't care. I really don't care anymore about it. That's all I can say. No Guns Life. Holy fuck. It's a show about a character who has a gun for his head. And he's like a detective or something. I watched season 1. And if I remember correctly, there was like another bad guy who also was a gun. But yeah. And I never watched... Yeah, I watched like 2 episodes of season 2. I was like, I'm so done with this. It was fine. But it couldn't hold my attention after that. So I cannot really recommend this one. Let me talk about this one later. Noragami. I remember when this came out, I was very intrigued with it. And I know that the manga is finished. So I'm interested in reading it. And I watched also the sequel. But I always thought it was a bit strange at times. Maybe it was because I just like watched it with such a huge gap in between. It wasn't even that huge of a gap. But I just... It was a fun watch. But also one where I don't fully get the popularity that it had, if that makes sense. If that makes sense, yeah. It's good, but I don't think it deserves like such a high reputation. Oh. This one. I have to talk about this one in a second, at the end. And Yonkoi, it's cats, it has tits, whatever. One room. I don't remember jack shit about this. Yeah. One Punch Man. It's One Punch Man. As I said, it's not even in my top 25. I think it's good for what it was. The first season was amazingly animated, but they kind of dropped the ball, of course, after in the second season. The story's fine, though. Same with One Punch Man Season 2, as I said. Onichon, this one. I don't fucking remember jack shit about this one. I do vaguely remember this chick. First lived with a separate family for 6 years, but now they have finally reunited and big. So it's a incestual one. Ninja Kamui, that rings a bell. Alright. I think I remember. I watched like 1 episode, or like half an episode, and I dropped it. That's all I remember from that one. I seen it, I thought it was interesting, and then I kind of like... I just couldn't get into it, and dropped it. What did I just... Oh yeah, the incest one. Yeah. It was one of these I watched like in 2013 or so. When I... Roughly around the time I started watching anime. Maybe a year or 2 in, maximum. So yeah, I don't remember jack shit. I just remember this one not being that good anyways. Orange. It's another anime named after citrus. Or named based on, you know... There's Citrus, the lesbian anime. And there's Orange, which is kind of like a suicide anime. Like, it's about like this guy this year, who kills themselves, and like all the characters, they get like letters from their future selves. Yeah, 10 years in the future, and it's like, hey, this guy kills himself. I don't remember too much about it. I know it's pretty beloved by some people. I have the manga on my list to read. So I will probably read the manga and be done with it. But yeah, it's an interesting watch. It's an interesting concept, right? So for that, I can say, if you haven't watched it, maybe check it out. If it interests you, maybe. But, you know, don't put too much into it. Oremo. Brother X Sister incest manga, anime, whatever. Yeah. It was very popular at the time. It's one of the more well-known one. I just remember they have like a... I watched season 2 to like 1 or 2 episodes, I think. Yo, Masabella, how's it going? Hot takes, more like the best takes. Yeah. Trying to get like through them a little bit faster though than usual, so I can get to the good stuff for you know. But yeah, brother sister stuff. For the time, it was kind of like a novelty that's kind of existed a lot. Kiss Exists, the one I just looked at, Oraimo. I don't know what the whole like brother sister thing is, why it was so popular, but you know, it was cute. They had like a wedding in the second season, if I remember correctly. But that's all I remember. This one was really good, actually. I really enjoyed this one. Orisuki, are you the only one who loves me? It's about this dude. And... oh, fuck. Well, how was it? Ah, right. I'm doing fine. I had like a migraine since like yesterday. It's kind of like waned off finally to the like towards like 5, 6 today. It's still kind of there, but that's about it. But yeah, it's all right. It's about this guy. He gets like proposed by multiple girls. There's like this bench that all of the girls somehow propose on to him. On that they like his best friend. This dude. And it actually becomes really good. The first season was kind of and then there's like the OVA, which is kind of like the finale to it. And that one I really enjoyed. It's an hour. I will put this one in honorable mention. I think Orisuki was pretty fucking good for what it was. Yeah. I can recommend this. Let me just say like this. I can recommend Orisuki. Check it out. Yeah. Overlord. I like Overlord. I know, you know, it has the CGI. It's like... I enjoy Overlord. I sometimes just sit down and watch like the good scenes of it, you know. The first season where he like fights the chick and like crushes her spine. The arena, what I love the scene in the arena in the second season, I think it was, or third season, where he makes the magician girl puke. I just love Overlord, man. It's fun. I just really like when he's like, you know, as far as OP character goes, it's fun. I just wish it wouldn't be a light novel that just goes on and on and on and on, because I kind of want to finally see where the story is going. Right? I haven't yet watched the movie that came out. But yeah, the season 4, which is the last one, came out in 2022, so it's time for more. But yeah, I really wish it wouldn't be a fucking light novel that just takes 10 fucking million years to finally conclude. Yeah, I probably wouldn't rewatch it as well, But as I said, I do from time to time just watch the good clips. And here's a funny one. The theme of Overwatch, of Overlord, always reminds me of, or vice versa, I'm always reminded of the Gaping Dragon fight. I still have to watch the movie. Now, listen for a second. This. This part is identical to Overlord, to the theme. This. Right, or... Now that's the opening. Oh, come on. Is it here? This. Right? Did he go back to Gaping Dragon? Kinda, right? I'm almost like hell fucking yeah, this is the Overlord theme. You can't convince me otherwise. Suddenly I was like, hell, I was watching clips. Funny enough, and then I like played Dark Souls like the next day or something, and I was like, hey, wait a second. I kind of remember, I kind of recognize this theme from somewhere. Is this Overlord? Yeah. Funny coincidence. But yeah, Overlord is pretty good. Pantheon Stocking. I haven't watched the sequel. I don't really care too much about the sequel. I remember watching this and I thought it was fun for what it was. For what it was, it's a guy who does like Western cartoons. And of course, when you watch modern Western cartoons, you're like, yeah, it's nothing like that anymore, of course. But as far as it goes, Pantheon Stocking was fine for the time. But once again, I think it's maybe a bit overhyped. Once again, ignored like the ratings. It's fun at times. Basically, they are supposed to be angels, right? But they are, of course, the crassest horse in existence. So it's funny in that regard. Yeah, it did get a new season. But I just don't... I don't know, it just doesn't appeal to me. Like when I initially heard, hey, they make a new season, I was like, hell yeah, let's fucking watch it. But ever since, I was kind of like, I really don't care too much. I don't know why. I feel like its gimmick was cool back in the day. If they made like a second season 2 or 3 years after maximum, it could have worked for me, but... I mean, what's that? When did this come out? 2010. 15 years later, they make another season. It's kind of... I don't know. It's too late. Too late to apologize. Man, paprika. What a nice spice. But yeah, paprika, man. This has a fantastic OST. It's by that one director that makes a lot of these weirdo movies. I don't remember too much about it, though. I really don't remember too much about it, besides like the OST being fucking wild. It having some cool animated scenes. Paranoia Agent. Oh, this one is due for a rewatch. This one is due for a rewatch. It's about like this, like serial killer from Paprika, you mean? It's like about like the serial killer that like everybody sees shown in bed, that like runs around and skates and has like a baseball bat, like hits people over the head or whatnot. But it's just kind of like a psychological what the fuck thing, where it might be like that people imagine it, or it is kind of weird. So I really have to rewatch it to fully be able to judge it again. Yeah. Okay, interesting. I wouldn't know why you would hear that a lot recently. I mean, it would be copyrighted, so it's not like people would use it in their videos or whatnot. But yeah, Parasite. Man, Parasite is one of these animes, once again, that had a manga that was long finish, and then they made an anime out of it, and it's fucking good. I can highly recommend watching Parasite. I really liked it. It had one downside, however. Remember the year of like the years, I should say, of like 2012 to 2015, where everything needed to have dubstep? Yeah, this kind of fell into that stupid kind of trend. So part of the OST was like kind of metalish, and part of the OST was kind of dubstep bullshittery. So yeah. But if you liked Parasite, I haven't read the manga, but by the same dude, I can recommend... I can recommend Tanabata no Kuni. It's an interesting one. It's about like these weird creatures, like these weird aliens with like these weird hands. And this dude, like, he turns into one of them. It's kind of interesting, and it's also kind of short. But I can also recommend History. Man, it's on hiatus right now. I think they said he's preparing for the finale. History is, if it finishes and he does a good ending, in my opinion, it will go down as one of the greatest manga in history. It's that good. I think this guy is cooking, and I hope he cooks some delicious 3 Michelin star meal, 10-core meal out of this. I'm waiting with great anticipation. So yeah, this guy knows a thing or two about a good story, and I think I like Parasite. That's why. And Parasite is good. Highly recommend it. Patema Inverted. It's a movie about 2 worlds. One world is kind of like inside the planet, and the other one is outside. And the inside planet is like upside down, and if these people from inside like go out, they just fly up in the air and die. Yeah. Trust me, you will love this history, because it's good history. There's even some incest in there if that's what you like. But yeah, highly recommend. I cannot recommend this manga enough. It's so good. I hope it gets an anime at some point. It might be a bit too dull for a lot of people, but man, it's good. It's good. Yeah, it's a movie. It's fun for what it is. Mavaru Penguin Drum. I'm rated a masterpiece. It's due for a rewatch actually. I remember at the time really liking it. It's like about like if I remember correctly, these two are like brothers, and she's like a sister, but I don't remember jack shit about exactly what was going on. Our family's supposed to face board forth with a sudden collapse, however, then by a penguin head from the Quorum souvenir shop. The hand of fate continues to faith. Cost, there's a new entity within your body whose condition for keeping fate as base, and the boys on wild goose chase for the mysterious penguin drum. I don't remember too much about this one, but this one is due for a rewatch. Because I remember really liking this one. Yeah, that's all I can say about this one. Pet. Pet was really fucking strange. It's about like these... It's just one of the topics today of all the incest anime that already came up. That's why I jumped out to that one. Pet, it's like these dudes, and they can like enter like a weird dream state and kill people by doing that. Yeah. Use their power to commit crime under the orders of their leader, Katsuragi. It was like an interesting, trippy anime. But it wasn't that good. As you can see, people didn't like it. Me neither. I thought it was alright, but not my highest recommendation. But yeah, Pet. It was an interesting premise, I would say. Remember when everybody recommended Boku no Pico to everybody? Well, this is the sequel, Pico no Chico. Yeah. It's on the list just as a joke for me. All three of them. So let me move on. Just as Pico, Coco, and Chico is on the list. Let me just say, there's a scene with a triangle in this anime. Don't ask me why I know this. Let's just say, back in the day, people were sending links around. Like, hey, watch this anime, specifically this scene, at minute 4 or whatever. Yeah. Those were the times when people were like, man, do you have a good anime recommendation? Somebody goes, oh yeah, have you heard of Boku no Pico? Yeah, let me talk about this later. Oh. So much good stuff, actually, once again. Plastic Memories. It's like a show about like these dolls. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. For creation of Giftias, highly advanced androids which are almost indiscernible from normal humans. And like it's about these androids, and he falls in love with one of the androids, so that's kind of it. It's cute. It's a cute anime for that. But, you know, this topic has been explored since the early 2000s with Chobits. If not even earlier. But it was fun. I think Plastic Memories was fun. And there was actually a cute scene where she like cute. I don't remember. He said so. Oh, what was it? He's like, oh yeah, go chase this guy. She just jumps off the balcony, and then needs repairs because she didn't consider that she might break apart when she jumps off a balcony. Yeah, it's a funny show. Oh, Plastic Nason is. You might have seen this GIF of an anime girl getting slammed into a wall. Yeah, it was a predictable ending. It's usually the way it goes, right? But it still was cute. Not yet, because I'm. Was there? I don't think I have gone to it yet. Ah, look. It's coming up here somewhere. I think. Maybe. I'm not sure. Actually. I should have seen it actually, but... Ah, okay. No, it should still come up. If I'm not unsure. It should still come up. But yeah, you might have seen a GIF of an anime girl getting slammed into a wall with like the force of 1,000 stars breaking the wall apart. This is the show where that GIF comes from. It's funny. It's very short. 2 minutes an episode. 12 episodes. So it's basically one normal anime episodes. You have this dude. He takes off his gloves. He wears a bra. And he hums the air. You might have seen this GIF as well. It has some P comedy in there, I should say. I can recommend, actually, Plastic Days is really funny, I'd highly recommend it. I put it on my honorable mentions so far. If you want to laugh and you just have like enough time for one episode, or just 2 minutes at a time, watch Plastic Days on. Remember Death Note. Remember Death Note. What do you do when you're so fucking popular, when you're so well known for one piece of work, that you probably can never live it down? You try to kind of one-up it and completely fail at it. That's what Platinum End is. This is from the same creator as Death Note. It's an interesting concept about like these dudes getting like the power of angels, and they kind of like to fight each other, and once somebody kills all the other angels and stuff like that, they become like God. But it just kind of falls flat altogether. You'd think with such a name behind it, right? This dude. I mean, look. Death Note. Bakuman. I haven't read Bakuman yet. It's on my plan to read though, as you can see. Yeah, Platinum End. Is he doing anything else new? Doesn't seem like it. It's not just the MC, I think just the entire thing kind of falls apart. The gods, the various angels, it's just kind of... It just really feels a little bit like a Death Note rehash, in a way. You know, you have like this problem of like a lot of creators just watching media and kind of like trying to copy it, and then creating their own media out of it. It feels like this, but it's by the same dude as Death Note. It really feels like he wants to recreate Death Note in some capacity, and yeah. It's a travesty, because you could have expected more from it, and sadly it's... Also just the villain, he was not interesting, this dude here. You know, you'd think he's like the big bad guy, like, oh, mysterious rich dude who's kind of like doing whatever, but it just never... You never really care about him. So yeah, Platinum End, not recommended. Failed milking pretty much, yeah. I mean, this is when you milk a cow and it comes out sour already. Or rotten. Or maybe you've been, you know, milking the wrong end. And what comes out is... You know, brown. Yeah, not good. Galkotron, I thought it was kind of funny at times. The big problem with this is the creator of the manga got caught with illicit material depicting children, as far as I remember, which is why it got shelved. It says publishing, but as far as I know, it's back on Comic Walker. If I remember correctly, this dude was arrested in December 21 on charges of possession of, you know, and violation of custom law. A suspended sentence of 1 year and 2 months, which is kind of wild actually. Only 1 year and 2 months for that. Yeah. It kind of it just sours it. Like, he draws fucking this huge titty, you know, Gyarus. There's a character of even bigger ones, and he gets caught with that. It's like, yeah, just leaves like a sour taste in your mouth, you know. That's all I can say about that. Pokemon Origins. What if they made an anime about the game instead of like the actual Pokemon anime? That's what this is. It's fine. It's fun. It's actually fun. Yeah. Pokemon Twilight Wings. It's just some shorts about Pokemon. From Poco. Ghibli. It's fun. I watched this one not too long ago, this year actually. I thought it was fine, but out of all the Ghibli movies, I think it's one of the weaker ones. Funny is that since I don't follow the creator of animes, I wouldn't know about this. You mean you wouldn't know about this? I mean, I only like heard it through the grapevine. It's like, oh yeah, the creator of AKKO got like arrested for possession of this. I was like, oh, that's kind of, yeah. But yeah, Pompoko is one of the weaker ones, I would say. Princess Mononoke, on the other hand, is, in my opinion, one of the higher rated, the better ones. I thought the fucking weird deer god, this one, as a child, I thought this was the creepiest shit ever. I don't know about anybody else. When I saw this as a child for the first time, I couldn't sleep. This entire, like, from just his face alone to the time when like his head gets cut off and he becomes like this huge beast. Man, as a child, this is traumatizing. Just this alone is already fucking creepy as fuck. And the entire anime has these scenes, right? When the wolves are talking, it's kind of creepy. When this like weird spider thing at the beginning, the boar. Yeah. When all the boars are like running in the forest. It's good. As an adult, I would say, man, I really love it. But as a child, this is wild. This is some wild shit. Not gonna lie. 10 out of 10 would be traumatized as a kid again. Princess Principal. It's a spy anime about girls being spies. It got a movie, and I really didn't care after the first season. I liked it. It was fun for what it was, but I couldn't be bothered to really watch more of it. Prison School. Yeah. Wait a second, there was a sequel? Prison School is really funny at times. But of course the manga ended had like such a bad ending that it kinda fucked up the creator. Like he made another manga called Raw Hero. And I remember he kind of like just stopped. He was like, okay, fuck this. I just can't. He never really continued making anything again, as far as I remember. He's kind of done with making manga. At least as far as I... Right. Yeah. Prison School was fun. The ending was kind of... If I remember correctly, he ends up with nobody. Neither with her, neither with his actual like love interest. So at that, it's kind of like, but yeah, it was still fun. As far as comedy goes, it's good crass comedy. Psychopaths. I really have to rewatch this one. This is one of these that I have to rewatch, and like there's like 5 movies or something like that. I just remember it was like really hyped when it originally came out. And the second season was just kind of in comparison. But yeah, there's a movie. And there's a movie. And there's a movie. And there's another movie. And there's another movie. And there's a third. There's Psychopaths 3, apparently. Which I didn't even know existed. And then there's an ONA. And then, yeah. There's a lot of shit that I haven't watched yet of Psychopaths, so I really can't judge it in my top 25. Maho Shoujo Madoka Magica. Let me talk about this later. The movies. First 2 are just like a rehash of the anime. The third one is different though. Punchline. I don't remember track shade, even though it was like really hyped up at the time. This dude, he like lives in like a dormitory with like only girls, and when he gets aroused, he kind of like turns into, well, like he gets like superpowers, and she's like a magical girl. That's all I kind of remember. Pupa. What the fuck? I mean, look at the score. Yeah, Pupa was just what the fuck. It's like this dude, and he has like this girl, and the girl like kind of like turns into a monster, and she eats him. So it's kind of like, it's kind of weird one. Oh, Rage of Bahamut. I really enjoyed Rage of Bahamut. It's based on the card game, funny enough. So I don't know how close it has to anything to do with it. But as far as a good, like, solid adventure goes, Shingeki no Bahamut Genesis is actually pretty fucking good. So for that, I will put it in my honorable mentions. If you haven't watched it, this one I can actually recommend it if you haven't. I was thinking of a few times of checking out Mario, because yeah, we'll talk about it soon enough. Trust me. I have a few things to say. A few things. So yeah. Highly recommend this one. And if you're in the mood, Virtual Soul wasn't as good, but I still think it was pretty decent. As far as, you know, kind of sequel goes. Yeah, probably. As far as sequel goes, it was pretty good. Done. Sure, no. The name rings a bell. I remember hearing about this one, but I haven't watched it. Sorry, no. Yeah, it came in 2025, so that's when I kind of stopped. I kind of lost. I stopped being able to stay on track with the seasons in like 2024ish. 2020 at the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. So it's kind of like a hit or miss if I watched it from then on out. Yeah, sorry, I cannot comment on that one. But yeah. Ooh, I have to talk about this one in a second as well. Raxephone. I kind of watched this one a bit passively on the side while I sometimes like scroll my phone at times. I have to admit. It's a weird one though. It's like one of these. It's kind of like, man, what's first, Evangelion or this one? Okay. It almost feels kind of Evangelion-ish. So if you want something that's, if you want to kind of like try to scratch at Evangelion itch, maybe check this one out. But I can't really say too much about it. But yeah, he like sees this girl or like in his dreams or something. I don't fucking remember. Yeah, this one was a weird one. It was a weird one. Run Pukitan, Game of Laplas. I remember watching this one and actually really enjoying it. But I think thinking back, I don't remember jack shit about it. It was like a mystery anime. Detective. So yeah, I really don't remember anything about this one. So that's that. Ooh. Hamtaro, pretty, stylized. But as far as, the story, I remember the story being just not that good. As far as I recall, I think the story was kind of like secondary to the style. Right? Why is this one so why are there so many good ones? Oh, this one. This one has multiple seasons as well. Does anybody know the movie Benjamin Button? It's kinda like that. This dude, this big-ass dude, is in elementary school because he's actually an elementary school kid, but he looks like an adult. So it leads to some funny situations where he gets like called out as a pervert and whatnot for, holding hands and like walking together with like a girl he likes. And like, oh no, it's the pervert. Stop him. It is actually kind of funny. Yeah. It's an interesting one. Let me say it like that. It's basically Benjamin Button the anime, but not as, dramatic. Good movie, by the way. I can recommend it. I liked it. I like the Benjamin Button movie, but it's very long as well. It's like 3 hours or so. It's kind of. I skipped up quite a few stuff. Let me. Recovery of an MMO Chunky. It's a rom-com about like a middle-aged woman. A sweaty middle-aged woman. A hack. Who like plays an MMO and she meets like a co-worker in the MMO and they kind of like get together in a way. Don't remember too much about it. It was cute. It was cute though. That's all I'm gonna say. Redline. Very cool movie. Oh, if you have not seen Redline, let me open the window. It's getting warm in here. Redline is a very cool movie. It's like about these like races in space. There's like the yellow line and there's like the red line. And the red line is like this huge race that where everybody goes on. And they drive like cars at like 800 kilometers per hour and shit like this. It's a really good movie. I can recommend it. If you haven't seen it, it's just style. The OST is fantastic. The animation is fantastic. The characters are fantastic. Watch Redline. I will put that one in my honorable mention. That's for sure. Not top 25, but honorable mention. Real life. I want to read the manga of this one for a long time. I really do. Because I want to see how it ends up. It's basically about like they are project people. Right? If I remember correctly, they're like, hey, you're like in your late 20s. Here you get like a pill to like re-experience high school and like have a fulfilling life again or something like that. And he like, at first he doesn't know that he's like in this group, but after a while you learn like that a bunch of characters actually all are part of like this real life program. But I don't remember too much about it, which is why I want to really read the manga. Yeah. But yeah, I remember liking it. I remember liking it, but I just want to have the whole story. It's been quite a while though. When did the anime come out? 2016, so almost 10 years as well. Man, it's so wild that so many animes I've watched are like this old already. Like I watched them when they came out. it's kind of it's wild to me how old I am. Robot Girl C. I don't remember jack shit about this. It was a weird one. Moving on. Roka no Yusha was an interesting anime that just never led anywhere. It's about like these 6 heroes. And they went to like a dungeon and then it turns out there were like 7 heroes. And they have to kind of find out which one of them is the fake, who's like getting who was sent by the Demon Lord. As far as I remember. And I think they figured it out, but there was then like another one, or like another hero appeared at the end, but I don't remember. It's on hiatus, so since 2015, the story is never gonna get finished because it's a fucking light novel. I remember her character though. Very, very cool design. In elementary school, out of all the places. I mean, I do sometimes have these like dreams as well, where I'm like back in school. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's like I'm living a normal day mostly, and then I wake up. I was like, why? Why would I dream of that out of all the things? But yeah, it was an interesting anime, but as you can see, it's like it's an unfinished story that will never be finished. That's something that bothers me. Rosario Vampire. What can I say? It's a dude. he accidentally transforms to, as a human, transfers to a school for like mystical creatures like vampires and ghosts and witches. And of course, it turns into every girl wants to fuck him, and every girl has like big tits. And that's, yeah, it's a harem anime. I want to read the manga because I know it's finished. Funny enough, it's one of the few mangas I've seen doing this. It's actually Rosario Vampire, and it actually got a season 2 manga for some reason. I don't know why. Why not just continue the first one? Like Naruto, as the manga, it's just Naruto. It's not Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. That's what they did in the manga, in the anime. But this one is a manga with 2 seasons. Why? So yeah, it's a harem anime. You know, what more can you say? It's one of the cuter ones, I would say, maybe. More interesting ones, at least. They both ring a bell. Never watched this one. Sorry, I have not watched neither. But yeah, it's, I mean, it's been like, as I said, over 10 years since I watched it, so I probably wouldn't even remember. I still have to watch Serious Familiar. I want to watch it this last vacation, but I didn't get around to it. I sadly didn't get around to it. What time is it? Oh, it's 12. Yeah. Run with the Wind was an interesting one. It's about this dude, and he's like running with the wind. Yeah. It's a sports anime. As far as sports anime goes, it's one of the better ones. I remember just really liking the characters in the end, but I don't remember too much about it. Oh yeah, it was like this ragtag team of people that were kind of like, you know, at it, and then like he joins, and he's like a known runner or something, and then they kind of like become actually good at it. One of the characters was this dude. He's like a 40-year-old who's like a smoker, but he's kind of like, you know, or is he a 40? He's just, I remember like him being a smoker or something. It was fun. It was fun. Saikano, How to Raise a Boring Girlfriend. For some reason, I remember this one being really popular at the time, and I didn't get it. I watched it, I thought it was good. It was alright for what it was. But I just did not understand the hype around it. I don't know. Once again, it's one of these animes where I'm just like, why? What's the point? Talking about this one's later. This one as well. Okay. Okay. I already talked about this with Citrus. I watched Sakura Trick. It's a lesbian anime. I thought it was funny at the time. It's one of the. It's just very hilarious how everybody in this anime is like into each other. But something I remember this anime far more for rather than the anime itself is a video, an anime review. 2024, 2014. Fuck, it's such a classic one. Oh, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, thanks for joining. Oh, fuck, what was that video called? I'm glad I didn't share my browser there. Man, I can't find it. Yeah, I can tell you that in a second. Let me go back here. Yeah, Citrus, it's a nice lesbian anime. Anyways, let's move on. The next weapon is gonna be. I'm making a bit. Yeah. Is gonna be a straight sword. And the type of straight sword is gonna be is. What's a sunlight straight sword? It's his weapon. I don't remember this icon. It's gonna be the crystal great sword. Straight sword. So it's a weapon that you cannot upgrade. It has 150 base damage. It scales with C and C in strength and dex. So the AR is about 300. So it's gonna be an interesting one. It has low low durability. You can't repair it. You can't upgrade it. You get what you get. That's what the next weapon is gonna be. Yeah. Samurai Bride. I don't fucking remember what this was. It's funny that I got like both crystal weapons so early out of the picture, though. It's still not even the weapon 30, right? Out of 140 or so. Pretty interesting. A Samurai Bride is like, it's another harem ecchi thing. You know, whatever. It got a season 2 as well. Although the first one was Samurai Girls, and the second season was actually Samurai Bride. Yeah. I don't fucking remember. Samurai Champloo. Let me first move on a little bit. Starting to get a bit exhausted. Let me like move backwards. Shakuretsu no Takyu Musume is on my definitely on my honorable mentions. It's this ping pong anime that's actually kind of fun. The OST is extremely good. And it kind of ends on like a cliffhanger, and then same with the manga, but just not too long ago, 2023, apparently it started picking up again. But yeah, as you can see, there's like nothing about it. So it might as well not exist. But I really hope it's gonna continue, because man, I really like this. And I really want a second season with the same kind of bullshit that they pulled here. It's so good. Shakuretsu no Takyu Musume. As far as ping pong anime go, this is actually highly recommended. Gokugoroshi. I read the manga. I finished the manga. Interesting story. And I can also recommend the anime. Sadly, it's not finished and it never made a second season, but the twist. Ooh, I can recommend this one. I can actually recommend this one. It's about like they live like in a school with zombies. As far as zombie animes go, it's one of the better ones, I would say. Let me skip this one out first. Sarasanmai is a very interesting anime. The kind of like, yeah, it's not really describable. It's kind of gay. If that makes sense. But they turn like into copper, and they surf around on water and get some crystals or something. I don't remember. It was interesting. I can recommend it for the stylized aspect of it. But that's about it. It was very, yeah, it was kind of strange. Yeah, it was coppers versus otters. Yeah, I don't remember. Sasami Son Gunbaranai. I don't remember jack shit about this except that I really thought it was kind of strange. It's a very interestingly animated anime. That's the only way I can put it. Some stuff is just falls into this category of it's about people that are kind of gay. They're not implied to be really gay, but it has like gay undertones. This is about like a sleepy girl that's almost like a god, as far as I remember. Something about that. I didn't like it. I think I might even have it on DVD for some reason, or Blu-ray, but I could misremember that. Yeah, weird one. Sayonara Setsubo Sensei is, looking back on it, really fucking funny. I think I have to rewatch this one because as far as I remember, it has like a lot of references to different like animes. Yeah. Like this is the one of those that is like hard to get if you don't understand half the shit that he says. But even then, it's pretty fucking cool. It's about like this guy, this sensei who always wants to kill himself. But it's also just a very weird comedy. Yeah, it's by Shaft. Same guys that made Monogatari, as far as I remember. Yeah. So you know what you're in for. It's wild. I can actually recommend it. And I will maybe even rewatch this or at least read the manga or something. Because I think there are probably hundreds of references in there that I didn't get when I watched it the first time around. Sakura Quest. It's about a girl and she has to revitalize like a theme park or something. She finally receives a part-time offer as a queen of a bizarre kingdom of Chupacabra in a small agriculture town. Yeah. This is a really fun one, actually. Yeah, Sakura Quest is actually, from what I remember, it's actually a really fun one. And I can recommend it. I mean, she's a cute girl. That's added the Freesia, the ending, is pretty good. I remember listening to this one a lot, actually. Also interesting that all the openings and endings are by no name. Maybe it's an internal like group they made specific for the anime. Oh, he's Cook Justin again. The guy that looks like Logan's brother. Staff. What is this dude? Ah, he's from Funimation, that's why. I see. But yeah, Sakura Quest is cool. That is good. Samurai Champloo is very stylized. I have to rewatch this one. The one before. You mean Sayonara Setsubo Sensei? Or Sakura Quest? Yeah, Samurai Champloo is. I have to rewatch it. And it's so popular, it's probably, you know. I don't have to mention it. Really mention it, at least. But yeah. I think I think it was by the same creators as Cowboy Bebop. As far as I remember. And I remember really liking it at that time. But yeah, this is one of these that I really have to rewatch to appreciate again, I think. Before I get to school days, I will Google that in a second. Neon Genesis Evangelion. On my first watch through, I hated it. I actually hated it. I thought this was the dumbest thing I've ever watched. But over time, I appreciated it more and more and more. Funny enough. I actually have to rewatch this one as well. But I might just watch the movies. I haven't watched them yet. As far as mecha go, and as far as like the anime industry and everything goes, man, if you haven't watched Neon Genesis Evangelion, fucking watch it. And of course, these days it's a classic. The opening is a classic. All the memes, it's like, yeah. It's probably gonna end up in my top 25, I have to say. End of Evangelion, just what the fuck? What the fuck is this? In a good way, mind you. What the fuck is this in a good way? Everything just kind of goes to shit. Yeah. It's not really about mecha. Trust me. If you haven't watched NGE, you should watch it. Nichijou is one of the funniest animes that exists. I also read the manga. The manga is also pretty good. And extremely over-animated as well. Oh, fuck. Nichijou is... It's comedy. And I think it might end up in my top 25 as well. If you haven't watched Nichijou, you should. Nichijou is really good. The openings as well. The two. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I might even rewatch this one at some point as well. I've rewatched this one like 2 or 3 times already. It has so many good scenes. And I do have the entire manga, as I said. I haven't really read the new manga from the same dude though. The same girl. Oh. Yeah, I mean the individual skits are really clippable. But I can highly recommend watching the entire thing. There's like also a funny thing with the manga. This is the first volume. And I think they sometimes show it here. This is the first volume of the manga, and the last one is this one. Can I open image, a new tab? And open image, new tab. They just kind of like, with the updated art style, kind of like remade the first cover. But without the deer in the way. It's actually, it's really good. I can highly recommend Nichijou. Highly recommend Nichijou. Same goes for Non Biori. Oh my god. While watching and reading Non Biori, you never... Man. It's so cute. It's so cute. You just want to be a kid living in a rural Japanese town or village, to be precise, while watching and reading this. It's one of the cutest anime out there. I think the movie is a bit of a weird one. Like, there's a sequel, which is still very good. The openings and endings are really good as well. And there's this movie here, which I thought was a bit strange. I still gave it a masterpiece, mind you. But as far, it was a bit weird, that the weird relationship between this character specifically and her. But yeah. Nichijou, highly recommended. Non Biori, I mean. Highly recommended. Check it out. I talk about 5. Ping Pong the animation, same. It looks so bad. If you see this anime and you think to yourself, man, if you see it, you think to yourself, man, what is this shit? what is this shit? But then you watch it and you think to yourself, man, this is amazing. This anime is not like, look at this, dude. I mean, look, what is this? Right? But trust me, Ping Pong the animation is so much more than a sports anime. Award-winning drama sports. Actually watch it, and I will rewatch this one at some point as well. We'll save it for now. Highly, highly, highly recommended. I mean, at least it's honorable mentions, but as I don't know, yeah. It is something. Shoujo Madoka Magica. The thing with Madoka Magica, I've rewatched it a couple of times now. You know, throughout my life. It's been a while since I last watched it. I might piss some people off. I have it here as masterpiece. This is, as I said, these ratings, they are not to be considered. Or to be ignored, at least. For the time, it was good. For the time, it was amazing. The subversion of the magical girl genre that it is wow, right? You first think it's, oh, this is this cute magical girl anime, and then episode 3 hits and you're like, what the fuck is going on now? And from there on, it spirals downwards. But I think in the year 2025, we've seen this done thousands of times. Not literally, but, you know, figuratively. We've seen it so fucking often. It's done. It's going back to it now. I feel like if you were like me, getting into anime around the time that I did, right? And somebody told you, hey, watch this anime. You were like, holy shit, this is one of the greatest animes ever. But I think nowadays, if you would watch Madoka Magica, you'd think, see, I've seen it. Right? The music is still good. The characters are still good. Don't mind, right? It's still really good. But I think as far as sentiment goes, in 2025, I think people who have never seen it and would watch it again would have a different reaction to it. That's what I think. That's what I think about it. Now, the movie itself, the movie trilogy, it kind of went in a weird way. I liked it, but not as much as the anime itself. That being said, I think the third movie has one of the best battles in any anime, right? You have the battle between the blonde chick here and this girl in the front. Basically, the blonde chick has the ability to kind of like just pull guns out of nothing. And this chick here has the ability to stop time and to kind of like has like a pocket dimension where she stored like tons of guns in it, right? So they have like a gunfight while they are connected with a ribbon, and she has stopped time the entire time. So by the end of it, there's just a million bullets everywhere, and then she resumes time. It's so well animated. It's so good. But story-wise, it just kind of destroys the legacy a little bit of this one, in my opinion. So yeah, in 2025, give it a try if you want to see something. It did bring a new concept, but now this is done already made better. Or just run dry. Kinda. It's not necessarily done better. I think this as an example, there's Yuki Yuna, which is also kind of like this. And of course, this whole subverting of expectations has become a huge thing in video games, in anime, in TV series, in movies, in books, in whatever, right? It's a dumb concept. But it's just, the impact is not the same as when it originally released, I would say. And of course, it also has been modified by the mobile game existing and the adaptation of the mobile game existing, which kind of devalues the original anime. It's still good. It's still good. I would still easily rate it an 8 out of 10. But yeah, I think it didn't stand the test of time in the same way that some other animes would, I would say. But yeah, I quickly have to go take a toilet break, and then I will finish the rest. I have some that I have to talk about, notably this one, and this one are some interesting ones. So give me just 1 second. Yeah, definitely. It's still unique, but I think a modern anime viewer will have a different view on it than an anime viewer back in the heyday of anime, I would say. In the golden age. Yeah, anyways. That's just the way I would put it. Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. At the beginning, you'd think this is kind of stupid. What is this bullshit? You know, oh yeah, it's probably gonna be a bit of a gooner anime, gooner slop, with one guy and he like meets a girl who's in a bunny costume all the fucking time or something. But it turns into one of the most surprisingly good animes in a long time. I remember when I watched this, at the first episode I was kind of like, okay. Then the second one dropped and I was like, okay, and then it like went on and on and on. I was like, man, this is actually insanely good. And then the fucking movie dropped. I was like, I'm sold. There's a sequel movie? I didn't even remember that. Huh. I have to watch that. I do have to watch that. I didn't even know that. But yeah, even just like this movie alone. Man. This one deserves an... It's so popular though. I probably don't even have to put it on honorable mentions. Because I do like to reserve them for lesser known animes at least. So yeah, Bunny Girl Senpai was surprisingly good. The most expensive one, a card game collection. Is this Schwarz-Weiß by any chance? Because they usually make like collaborations with like hundreds of different anime and manga and Hololive and whatnot. But yeah, Bunny Girl Senpai really good. You got, yeah. I kind of guessed because of collaborations with anime. There's actually, I don't think there's any other one that does it. I have no idea what it is though. I just know it's they collaborate with fucking everybody. They also got like a Hololive swimsuit one, and I think that one is also quite expensive or something. But yeah, Recreators is kind of like an inverse isekai, and I'm all for it. It is actually kind of, it's kind of good. It's really good actually. It's basically we are like in our world, but the characters from like video games, from manga, from light novels, they kind of come to our world and they like duke it out. It's actually really good. I think, yeah, Recreators it's not going to be in my top 25, but it is worth an honorable mention. ReZero. One of the better isekais. I really enjoyed the first season. Right? Why do you have some bad history with it? With Hololive or with the game itself? But yeah, ReZero pretty good. I think season 2 kind of drops off a little. Like, I watched the director's cut they released as well, which is just the same one, but like longer episodes with a few added scenes here and there. It's actually kind of hilarious that exists. Season 2, I think it drops off a little. Especially like also since they made it part 2, but it kind of gets a bit up there when he does the thing with Beatrice. I haven't yet watched the third season though. My big problem with it is... Ah, I see, yeah. That sucks. I can see how that leaves a sour note. There's also... Okay, this one is still coming. I have to watch season 3. My problem with ReZero is still, it is a light novel. And I'm just very concerned if it ever gets to a point where it finishes. Right? I think there's just so much unknown, and I feel like, there's a good chance for them to just fuck it up so much. I'm just concerned, but as far as isekai goes, it's one of the better ones. And also ReZero, what's this one? Oh, yeah, this one. Okay, yeah. All in all, ReZero is fucking fantastic. There's this one soundtrack from episode 15. What was it called? ReZero episode 15. Requiem of Silence. Requiem of Silence. This is one of my favorite tracks of all time in anime. I fucking love that scene. Man. Yeah. ReZero, dude. It has potential to... I'm skeptical. I'm still skeptical if they won't potentially fuck it up. But it could be really one of the greatest anime of all times. Ah, that sucks. Do you know what happened? Like did something happen to like the creator, or like in the light novel? Yusho Senki. I'm just baffled that they never like created more than the anime and the movie. But it seems like they actually have a season 2 planned. But they don't know yet. No, yeah, it's like not yet aired. Unknown. Yeah. And once again, as always, it's fucking light novels, right? But I'm optimistic. It's also a good... It's good. I think Yusho Senki is good. But I wonder where it will end up. I feel like it has potential to become really boring, depending on how which route they take it. So yeah. Now we get to the final 4 for today. Some of the wildest ones, I would say. Let's start with the... Let's go in this order. This order. Ah, okay. So no, nothing like specific. School days. I've never hated a main character so much in my life. I mean, it has a pretty famous ending scene, of course. If you've never seen it, it's something. I watched this, knowing that people say it's a bad anime. I did not expect, though, that it was this bad. I think the insert song, I think it's this one. No. Yeah, the insert song, fucking fantastic. One of my favorite songs of all time, funny enough. I listen to this one every so often. But every episode, I got more and more agitated. And then, like, episode 4, 5, 6, 7, I was like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? You are such a piece of shit. Just die already. Spoiler, he fucking dies. He gets his head cut off. Just so you know. Same with this chick. I'm like, man, you are such a bitch. You're so fucking annoying. Just die already. Just die. I hate you so. I hate you. I hate the main character. Fuck, I hate all the characters. Spoiler, she dies. She gets her stomach cut open. And then one of the character goes, oh, there's no baby inside, you liar. You know how much this actually means. And of course, it's based on a visual novel. And there's a little sister, and as far as I remember, you can romance the little sister, because of course you can. But man, School Days is... I remember watching it, I was so fucking... Oh, I hated it. I hated it so much. This is the time where I just gave everything a high score, a low score. And a 0.2 was almost unheard of for me. As a 2 out of 10. A 1 for me would generally be like unwatchable, to the point where I was like, no, I just can't. I still watch it, but as far as stories goes, I was, man, I hated it. It was the first time I watched any piece of media where I actually hated a main character. Not the villain. In EF, I hated the villain, but here I hated the main character, which is baffling. But the song, funny enough, School Days. I'm not gonna play it, copyright reasons, but this insert song is one of my favorite songs of all times. I still love this one. As far as insert songs goes, I really like this. It's really good. Which makes it so much more sour that it comes from this fucking horrible anime. Yeah. I think it gets also into the same territory of like Boku no Pico, of bad animes that people recommend you just as a joke, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Princess Connect. I heard Princess Connect was bad as well. I heard some people complain about it as well. Yeah, but I haven't watched it, of course. Obviously, by it missing here. But yeah, that was school days. Then Ragnarok, the animation. I just have a funny quote-unquote funny story about this. I never played Ragnarok, the MMO, in my life. I'm not one of the cool anime kids that got into anime in like the 2000s and then played like Ragnarok and all the other anime games and whatnot. I'm not one of the cool anime kids, I admit it. I got into it in the 2010s. I'm sorry to disappoint everybody. I didn't mean to. But yeah, as a kid, I bought like a comic or something. I don't, like a Mickey Mouse heft, or I don't remember what it was. I bought something, and there was a DVD included with it of the first episode of Ragnarok the animation. And I actually, like, I watched this as a kid, and it was like orcs just killing people. And I was like, why is this gory shit in my children's comic book, whatever I bought? I was confused, and years later, like, I remembered this years later, I was like, what the fuck did I watch as a child? What was this DVD? I don't remember, like, I didn't remember the name. And then I was like Googling it and Googling it and Googling it. And I finally found it. And then I also like remember this character. She's one of the good guys as far as I remember. And then I watched it, and it was interesting. But it was a bad anime, mind you. It wasn't good. But this memory has just stuck with me. That as a child, I got like a demo DVD for the first episode of Ragnarok the animation, which was gory as fuck, as far as I remember. Yeah. I still don't know what this was about, why they would include that, right? Might as well include fucking Boku no Pico, or whatever, right? Or fucking Elfen Lied. Oh yeah, it's a cartoon. It's for children, obviously. I mean, this one is teens 13 older, of course, but still, I feel like this first scene kind of, yeah, it was wild. Yeah. A toddler in a young boy's body. A zoomer, basically. Watching TikTok all day. Is what I'm gleaming from your comment there. But yeah. Now the final two for today. Planet Whiff is what I would describe as a hidden gem. We can be mad about some shitty MCs. Planet Whiff is one of these animes I watched just out of curiosity, and I think I know why a lot of people wrote it off. It's because of the CGI. This anime has some weird CGI robots in it. But I watched it, and by the end, I was convinced something is wrong with people. It has gone up. When I was watching it back in the day, this had like a 6.5 or less. Mind you, this was not really well rated. But Planet Whiff is extreme. As far as I am concerned, I really liked it. And the funny thing is, this was 2016, 18. Maybe this year or last year, I read a manga called Spirit Circle. And I really liked it. And then I read a manga by the same mangaka called Hoshi no Samidare, Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. And I also really liked it. And then I looked like into it. I was like, hey, I really like this manga, this guy's work. Let me see what else he wrote. And would you fucking believe it? he wrote Planet With. I watched this anime, which I thought was absolutely amazing. It was an absolute gem. And years later, I discover a mangaka that I really like, and I'm gonna watch, probably gonna read a lot of his other works as well. And it turns out I actually also read Climax Necromancer. I caught up to the recent story. This was kind of and I also read World's End Solta, this one, and this one's also really interesting, by the way. Can kind of recommend it. I've caught up to the newest chapter. Yeah, this one's kind of interesting. I mean, it depends. There's some anime, I have to say. I watched one that's probably not going to be in here, that is Strongest Magician. This one. The CGI in this anime bothered me a lot. It was non-stop. And there were like moments where it like flipped back and forth. Like every cut was like either it went like from the CG to 2D to CG to 2D to CG. For the same character on every camera cut. There it bothered me a lot. Right? But yeah. Anyway, so that's why I was surprised when I figured this out. I was like, oh, hell yeah, dude. Let's go. So that I can say, Planet With, certified hidden gem. Yaku certified, watch it. It's a gem I took out of my chest and slapped onto this anime and say, watch it. It's about this dude, and he's like from another planet that was like destroyed by robots or something. It's a weird story, but it's really good. Highly recommend it. And the last one for today, Ima Soko ni Iru Boku, or Now and Then, Here and There. Members, 150,000, kind of ranked, whatever. I first thought this was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be like transported to another world story, cute with kids and whatnot. And as you already say, you know, the story, I was, oh, Strongest Magician, okay. Yeah. I thought the story was alright, but the CGI kind of really put me off. But this one, Now and Then, Here and There. At first I thought like, oh yeah, it's a cute, hey, transport to another world story. And then something happens to this character, and man, it turned wild. This is an R17 plus anime. I have to rewatch this one. Or was it her? It was either her or her. Yeah, it was her. Now, this is a spoiler, if you don't want to get spoiled, but she's taken to this other world where she's regularly raped. And then she becomes like pregnant. Yeah. It is wild. I thought this was a cute little anime, right? About another world and then like finding your way home. No, it's a fucking wild ass story. Like she's an American girl. She's probably like in, I think she was like 13, 14, 15 in the story. Yeah. I have to rewatch this one. I was genuinely shocked when I first realized what the fuck was going on and how more like, you know, as I said, it's I didn't think it was R17. I thought this was like a PG-13 at maximum. But no. Yeah. So this one is kinda up there in a way of, what the fuck? I didn't realize this, and I'm shocked I didn't hear more. I don't see more people talking about this one. even back then, I didn't even know about it. I just randomly clicked on this one. I was like, oh yeah, looks interesting from this poster. Let's watch it. I also kind of like read this and was like, oh yeah, let's give it a try, right? So, with that being said, I now have a bunch of anime here. Oops. This anime, the Now and Then Here and the Now and Then Here and Now. Okay, let's see. Okay, good. Let me. Yeah, apparently it wasn't in the. Maybe I also went through it already. I feel like I had to skip it or something. It's... Oh, I see why. It's in the. It comes in the. So it's probably gonna be like here somewhere. Yeah. See. So it's gonna be either next stream or the stream after that. I liked it though. That's what I can say. I really like Magic Bride. I just think it's a bit too slow. I feel like I want more. That's all I'm gonna say right now about it. Sorry about that. So let me get to this. Let's do it like this, maybe. Yeah. March comes in like a lion. I think it kicks off Cyberpunk, but I don't think it will stay long. Nichijou. Honestly, I think I'm gonna kick out Amanchu and just put Nichijou in there. Slot it right in. But I think Chroma T is funnier, so I will put it above. Made in Abyss. Where the fuck do I put Made in Abyss? No. 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 Gurren Lagann, sorry, here. No. Yes. However, I think it's time for me to kick out Akira as a whole. And put Maiden Abyss here. Makuya. Yeah, I think I'm gonna kick Sangatsu and put Makuya here. Why the fuck is it black? I see why. There we go. So I'm gonna put this one here for now. Monster. Where the fuck would I put Monster? Yeah, I think that's one way to put it. I think it's just a very interesting world as well. That isn't like the usual, oh yeah, everybody can kind of do it and whatever. I really like it though. I want more. I want to see how the story concludes, especially. Okay, Monster. Objectively, as it's probably peak. As a whole, it's peak. But for me, oh, I cannot put it beneath A6 or Angel Beats. For the time being, I think I'm gonna slot it in here. But before I like delete some more stuff, I'm gonna just go more quickly through it. Mushishi. Yeah. Makuya will go again. Mushi takes his place. Natsume. I have to kind of like put this one on the side for now. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Oh, same. I have to first put them all on the board to really kind of figure them out. Honestly, I think Ping Pong is great. But despite me thinking it's one of the better anime out there, I don't think it's gonna be in my top 25. Yeah, I think Ping Pong I'm gonna remove. ReZero. Okay, these are the ones on the board. Let's see, how am I gonna put them on there? This one is insane. But I think for the time being, it's a bit too hard for me to put that one in a number. And I would more or less put it onto honorable mentions. If I would think about it, which one of these would I rewatch in the sense of not out of curiosity to see what it was again, and more of like as a enjoyment kind of thing. Yeah. Now then goes for the time being. Non-Biori. Let's first like put Monster in. Monster goes here. Made in Abyss goes like up here. Honestly, 86 for me goes way down to like here. But I think Arya stays here. And Lelouch? Code Geass. I liked Code Geass, but oh, I think I'm gonna remove it for the time being. And then I like Kaiji. But I think for the time being I put ReZero actually above Kaiji. Okay. This might be a weird one, saying this. As a completed work, I don't think I can put Chainsaw Man on here. I think as a single anime, it's pretty well animated. I have to give it that. But if I really think about it, the story is just kind of unfinished. And I can't just judge it based on just that the animation is good. And what is there is good. Right? But I feel like there's just so much more to it that I cannot really judge it on. I'm gonna move it. I'm not gonna remove it entirely. I feel like these two occupy the same space. I feel like that's a bit of a cop-out, but they are like in the same ballpark for me. It's a bit of a cope, but you know, whatever. But Non-Biori would be below them for me. I like this movie. I like Pancreas. Could I eat your pancreas? But as far as top goes, actually, fuck off. And then that leaves two more animes for today. I would say Chainsaw Man. let's go for Neon Genesis if I'm going first. I would put it, for significance alone, it would be like here. For my own enjoyment, is it better or worse than JoJo? It's better than Asukara. I would say Asukara really relies on me on one specific point where the story kind of shifts. I'm honestly gonna put this one down for the time being. On the Nichijou. Honestly, Death Note goes. Death Note goes. And Chainsaw Man takes his place. And Neon Genesis. For the time being, yeah, Neon Genesis takes spot 18. Chroma T and Nichijou fall on like the same kind of spot for the time being, I would say. Even though that's a bit of a cop-out. But I think this is where I'm gonna stay with the moment. For the moment, I'm gonna stay like this. Clan at number 1, number 2 Freer, number 3 Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, number 4 Monster, number 5 Gurren Lagann, number 6 Made in Abyss, number 7 Angel Beats, number 8 EF A Tale of Melodies and Memories, the 2 seasons, number 9 86. I feel bad about about 86 being so high, actually. I liked 86. I feel like it shouldn't be that high. Yeah, no way it's above NGA. Yeah. What was it? Number 9, Aria. Number 10, ReZero. Number 11, Kaiji. Number 12, Dungeon Meshi. Number 13, Golden Kamuy. Number 14, JoJo Part 4. Number 15, Hyper no Renmei. Number 16, Girls Last Tour. Number 17, Neon Genesis Evangelion. Number 18, Nichijou and Chroma T High School. Shared place. Number 19, 86. Number 20, Nagi no Asukara. Number 21, Chainsaw Man. Number 22, Fruits Basket. Number 23, Gankotsuo, The Count of Monte Cristo. Number 24, Mushishi and Natsume Shared Place. And number 25, Non Biori. Yeah. That's my current list. However, we still got about 225 animes to go, roughly speaking. About 225. So there might be some upsets in there. I mean, there is Shakugan no Shana, maybe. Maybe I'm going to put that on number 1. Or what about Strike Witches? I mean, I'm a big Strike Witches fan. It's my guilty pleasure anime. Or what about, Mirai Nikki? Yeah, everybody likes Mirai Nikki. It's one of the more popular animes. Or maybe even, Violet Evergarden. Potential upsets. There's a lot to come still. That being said, today I'm done with my stream. If you liked it and want to see more, don't forget to follow or subscribe depending on the platform. Tomorrow I'm gonna play Kingsfield in the evening. I'm not entirely sure yet time-wise when, but Boku no Pico number 0 above all the rest. It's the god anime. That's what I would rank it as. But yeah, tomorrow, Kingsfield 2 or Kingsfield 1 in the US. Let's just put all of them on number 1, all 800. All anime is good. Yeah. tomorrow's Kingsfield, Friday Kingsfield, if I'm not done yet by then, and then Saturday Dark Souls Crystal Magic Weapon. So it's gonna be a packed week, and I'm getting close. It's getting closer to the end of the year, mind you. So I still plan to try to finish a bunch of games. So who knows? Who knows how it goes? Anyways, with that being said, we'll drop something. I shouldn't be like such an ADHD kid and start always like fumbling of stuff only to drop it. I don't even have ADHD. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good night, have a good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, depending on where you are. And I will see you next time.